There we go. Okay, we're here with Leon for the Zoom of common law.
Hey, hello guys.
How's everybody
Yes.
doing?
Number
Everybody good?
one, smile and look at the camera, Leon. That's all you got to do. Smile and look at the camera.
Yeah, I'm here. Johnny boy. Hello, John. How are you, bro? Who else has we got here? Got everyone. Look, wow, there's loads of people here. Hello, guys. Wow, there's loads
Loads
of
of
people here.
people.
There's
Yeah.
everyone. That they are. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, brilliant.
So, yeah, go ahead and raise your hands, guys, if you have a question for Leon or you want to talk
Yeah.
to him
Hopefully, I
We're
about
can.
one
getting
of your
right into it.
issues that you may have or
What do you mean? No video? No Velma? Nothing?
no video, no Velma. No.
Okay. Cleo. Hit the
Oh,
unmute
wait,
button.
did you unmute?
Yeah, she got it. Yeah.
Hello, mate. How are
Have I
you?
done it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yes.
Can you
There you
hear
There
go,
me?
we
Cleo.
go.
You're good.
Hi, great. I don't know why I've got that on. Leon, I did speak to you earlier this year. You probably don't remember, and I basically went to court about my mortgage. The fear set in. I did pay,
Hmm.
but when I went back to the mortgage company, I kept on asking for a redemption letter, and they would not send it out. Two phone calls to the company, they would not send a redemption letter out so that I could do your promissory note. So, but apparently you
What? They
can get
wouldn't
it
send you a
online.
final figure, like a final
No,
settlement figure,
but they said you can get it online. But I thought
right?
getting it online didn't stand anywhere in court.
Yeah,
So yeah, they just would not send out this redemption letter. I phoned twice, and
right.
it's in the post. It's in the post. Never was.
Mm, mm. They try
So
all sorts of ways to wiggle out of it. They try and get you enjoined as easy as possible, and they'll find every little possible way, like what you're
Yeah.
saying there. They won't send you the letter. They
yeah,
probably, to be honest, I think so many people, because of so many different reasons, are all sending promissory notes in. They're a bit wise now. So
yes, I
they've
think
got to deal with them. They've got to deal with him. When one comes in, they can't refuse it, but they'd rather it didn't come in. You know what I mean? That's probably, they're trying every trick in the book because they ain't got no money. That's the thing. They've got no money left now. So
but
they're just running on digits on the screen
right.
and thin air.
So if because you can go onto the website and it says you can get a redemption figure online. So is that good enough then, or do you have to have this official letter?
Do you know what? I'd say it'd be better to get a final settlement figure from the mortgage company from in a post to your house. We want it done in the post, really. I
Mm.
don't know if it, I'm not sure.
And they have like three different addresses. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I think Leon's frozen.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be back. Come on, Leon.
Oh,
You know,
Hi, Leon.
hypothetically speaking, they'll
there
try
he goes. There he
to
is.
Okay.
not
Leon, you
honor.
got frozen there for a minute.
Hello.
Yeah, see my shaking
Oh, did
worked.
I? Sorry. Yeah. Where
Yeah.
did we get to?
Yes,
What
about
did you hear? What was I saying?
yeah, getting it through the post, but it's very difficult because it's PO boxes and they have like three different
Yeah.
addresses that you
Yeah.
write.
This see,
I
this is
love the
all
P.O.
that as well
box.
itself. Yeah. It's not even lawful to do like business through that way. The
Yeah,
PO box isn't even a way that the police can do transactions. And you know, when you get speeding fines in England, it's always a PO box because
yeah,
that means they don't have to sign for nothing. And yeah, it's all bullshit. So
exactly.
I've just had that exact situation now. I was talking to Anthony about it yesterday or the day before. I've got to. They're acting like they never got my signed for mail. They're acting like they never got it, and it's because it went to a PO box. But I'm going to give them a copy. I've got a week left, and I'll just take it in there. It's about fucking 70 miles to drive to that constabulary office, but I'll just take it in there, fuck 'em, and
Yeah.
give it to them on camera, and then they've had it, haven't they? They can't argue with that. So,
Mhm.
But
but they like to
very,
say, like even with they try every way possible.
it's just very difficult to get them to send out a redemption figure. They just don't seem to want to do it, and they said, "Well,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because they're giving you an opportunity to pay for it with a promissory note, and I reckon this probably only been doing that for the last year or two. In the
yeah,
last couple of 3 years, a lot of people have been putting promissory notes in. I think people will be surprised when they find out because it is wildfire. People are putting them in left, right, and centre.
mm,
I only people that have got a receipt. One was from London Parking Services for 180 quid parking fine that got a receipt for payment with a promissory, which is very unlikely to happen. And you normally don't hear back ever again. That's how you know it works because you don't hear back. Whatever it is, you don't hear back. Even mortgages. They just, you see, I've not got to the point where they will agree and then release the deeds to a property. You can pay with a promissory note, but if you want to sell the property, I've not got that past that stage, because I've not known anyone that's got the deeds with pay with a promissory note. That's the other thing. But most people sell, they want to stay where they're living. And obviously, it's all our own money. It always has been our own money. This is the thing why I say to people, they've got to push back, even like a little bit push back, because when this happens in a minute, and it's going to be very soon from now on, it ain't long away at all. It's imminent. When this happens, people are going to be really gutted that they didn't push back, because when people realise, what do you mean to tell me that there was 37 paedophiles living in the street that were all free mates?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I'm paying tax and I'm doing this and I can't. Yeah, now people are going to go nuts.
Yeah, and that's the
when
reason
when they realise that. So pushing back now, don't worry about it. Even if you've got loads of money, just push back anyway, just because your bond's worth more than whatever you've got in the bank. Well, whoever you are, your bond's always worth more.
It's the principle of it all, isn't it?
So now definitely it is the last few weeks to push back.
Yeah,
it is. Every bill that you get, every bill for everything except internet connection, and or your mushroom, keep that, because they'll just fuck you about, and what will happen if you try and pay that with a promissory note, 1,000,000%. They probably won't keep you connected. So if you want a mobile, just keep paying that. But everything else, send a promissory note. Ask them to only write to you in the post. Only accept conversation with anything like any bill, anything to do with anything or the bank, always through the post. If they want your phone number, or they want to speak to you on the phone, or they ring, just do it.
Yeah.
Don't answer
And
it.
they love confirming.
Because when they write to you, they'll hang themselves, because they've got to send it to you. So even when they write to you, even when they write to you with a front window, when they don't put a stamp on it, when they send mail to people and it's got a window in it, like a little opaque, little thingy window with your address in, and it never has a stamp on it. It's always got like some frank thing. Yeah, that's internal mail. So that. So what happens when you do common law, or think about common law? When they send. I always say to people, what was the last correspondence you had from them? Show me it. Just what was it? And then I'll just find the fraud in it. And it ain't hard. It's very easy. You can find all the fraud. And the first thing turns up is the frank windowed mail. Section 86 of the 2006 Postal Service Act? I think it's internal mail. You can't use that. Yeah.
Well, the other thing that's also concerned,
the
QR codes and these symbols and everything. And I'm saying, well, what do these all mean? Can you explain what they all mean?
Yeah.
What is that information?
That's all you're there. That relates to you, and you assess the KV bond. Sometimes you only get a QR label. Sometimes you get a QR label and a barcode. Sometimes you don't get either. Before, like 10, 15 years ago, you might get a bill with doesn't have that on it, or it used to even have a barcode back then, I think. But that relates to your assess the KV bond. So this is how. So if you was to get a bill, for instance, that didn't have a cable or anything like that on it, then if you write your national insurance number or your tax code, if you're American, write that on there, then they know where to get the money from.
Okay.
That's not even, it's foolproof. But like I say before, 1966, when it went into stage 2 of the economy, which is suspended convertibility of a promissory note, when it doesn't have to be backed by gold and silver, then, sorry, I've just got...
Something to do with Lord Denning. I remember you on one of the shows talking about that.
It's not gold and silver. He explained it, but it was in 1966, and it was all over the planet at the same time. I don't know who announced it in England, but we're still in stage 2. So until we get to stage 3, which coincidentally or not, totally not, is a reset. It's a financial reset. Stage 3 of a promissory note is a financial reset where they zero the books. And the financial reset would have coincided with a great reset. That's what it would have been. It would have been the whole thing, the whole monetary system as well. That's when they zero the books. So they had that in store for us as well. But we're still in stage 2. So technically, you don't have to write your national insurance number or your tax number on it. And it doesn't even need to have a barcode on it or a QR label, because we're still in stage 2. Suspended convertibility means they're growing the economy. And they create, I think it's $4 trillion every 10 days. Out of thin air since 1966. Since then, every day, $4 billion is created by foreigners between themselves and all of these and all that. They create to worry about creating thin air. When we're not getting from that. But the thing is, that's the law. And when you see, the thing is, problem in America, like it seems, is they sometimes don't seem to be too bothered about the fucking law, the court system. So I spoke to a
Uh-oh.
few that are having loads of
On
trouble.
again.
And like, if you've been to England, if you're in public office, and that's so many roles, that's a police officer, NHS, a doctor, a GP, a surgeon, a magistrate, a judge, any of the judiciary, all of them, everyone. Most people in any role like that, even some security guards, are in public office, depending on what they're doing. So public office is a broad spectrum. So when you're in public office and you break the law, you're double fucked. That's a serious, serious shit. And anyone in public office can't be doing that. And when you point out to them the crimes, malfeasance, misfeasance, nonfeasance in public office, aiding and abetting in the Treasonous Act, trying to obtain money by deception, because any act, statute, or policy is only to get money out of you or put you in prison and get money out of you from your bond. That's the only reason. That's an act, statute, or policy. They need to find ways to nick people for whatever, because there's a broad spectrum of people that may or may not. But I was saying today, in the UK, in the world, a whole world, everyone. I mean, I remember years ago, my sister had a dog kennel, and she had a set of books for the tax man and a set of books that were the real books. And I was like 8. And I used to think, So it's kind of, my sister wouldn't park on a double yellow line, but if you're the church, fucking, or the knitting society or whoever, I used to think that back then. How come it's totally okay to fiddle the books, except you're not allowed to fiddle the books? And that's everyone, for every business, every company that ever existed. Everyone has what they say they got, and what because you've got everyone provided. But I used to wonder, how come that's like, you know what? I just totally digressed.
It's all right.
The books. Having 2 books.
And that
The
was,
The books, cooking the books.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Taxman's in it, but it's not.
Yeah, your connection, you're coming in and out a little bit, Leon, but I mean, it's
Am I?
Yes.
a little bit, yeah.
Are
I've
you
got good
uploading
service at the
something?
Sorry.
No, I ain't got no.
Oh, okay.
No, I've got good service here at the moment. I've got 3 bars, which is kind of
Okay.
that's unusual.
I
Yeah,
haven't spoken for months. Again, I want to say what you're all doing is just great. I think it's brilliant. It just keeps me up there. I try and keep my
excellent.
vibration high, but they knock you down. But I just try and keep bouncing back. But I think it's just absolutely brilliant, and just good luck,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh.
Okay, so thanks.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Cleo.
Nice.
Yeah, Cleo. Just,
I'll let
you know,
everyone get
they
on.
love the
Thanks very
fear.
much.
They love the fear, right? We're gonna ruin your credit rating and all this shit. We're gonna.
Well, that's it. Like
You know.
I say, we're in the final days of this. There ain't like much time for them, and it ultimately the White Hats are in control of this. So when you're pushing back now, it's. I mean, you've got sub-level minions that don't even know anything about it. They're just doing their job, and that's the people that are replying. When you get knocked back for the first time or the second time, that's who's knocking you back. Someone that hasn't got a clue about a promissory note. They just like 22 years old, just doing this for 3 weeks while they're not at uni or something. They don't know nothing about it. They're just told to do X. That's the problem, you see. When you push back 2 or 3 times and you ask and you're going up the chain, they all know about it. They all well know. And now, not only do they know about it, but the people that are in control of those other sub-level, a bit higher up sub-level minions, they're all White Hats. They're in charge of banking. They're in charge of manufacturing. They're in charge of food. They're in charge of every fucking thing. So ultimately, now's the only time you can push back, and pretty much you're going to be all right. Pretty much. Am I still? Are you still there?
Yeah, you're still here. Go on, Susan. How are you?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, it's all right. I get it.
Did
Hi,
you digress?
When you first started talking about, we haven't heard a lot about in the U.S. I know where Andy's doing a lot, but you said start small. And my water bill came today. And as you go along, you learn. I mean, if we have a couple of weeks, but the water bill came. So you're saying that this is the code down here? This is the code here? I'm covering up my address here.
Let me just try and get you big. Hang on.
See, that's
I reckon.
We hear
I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm trying to see.
this code down here is our code.
Yeah, that'll be if it's a barcode on the front. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a barcode? I can just see a
Yes,
black
it's a
line,
barcode. It's a barcode.
Yeah, that will be related to
barcode.
almost certainly. If that's Yeah, that's relating to your water bill, your Cesta bond, and other stuff.
Okay, and then will you give us some kind of template again about how to try this and how to write
Yeah.
this? So that we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
start,
yeah.
we
I'll
can
tell you now.
start
Have you got a
slow.
pen? Yeah, have you got a pen? Do you want to write
Sure.
it down?
Let me go get a pen.
Yeah.
I got a pen. I think I'll do it in
Yeah.
black ink instead
So
of
when you
blue.
get
Or did you say blue or black? I
no,
remember
do
there
it in
was
blue,
oh,
blue,
go get a blue
blue,
pen.
blue, blue,
Blue, yes.
blue. Yeah, black is the land of the dead. So it's a very small point, but everything you do adds weight to what you're doing. So when you stick,
Yes.
like even writing back to them, people recommend to not use the standard size paper, to use actual. There's a measurement of paper which is a standard letter. People go to all of doing that with and all
Bizarre.
this stuff, and you can do that, and it all adds weight to it. But there's no need. But I would say if you've got if you ain't got a blue pen, then you're gonna have
You know, those letter sizes like A4 and like letter, and then there's
to be
one a little bit
be
bigger.
honest. It's the blue is blue. The
I saw blue, I grabbed black.
That's right, and they
Make
use
sure it
Times New
writes.
Roman as their standard script. You want to use something else than that.
There we go.
Mhm.
Blue pen. Okay, so at this point,
Yeah.
what do
So
I do?
yeah. So basically, right, you might want to write. So it's sometimes easier to write diagonally across the text, so it's easier to read. You might want to write it like at a 45-degree angle across the page. So it depends how you write and what ink you're using. But sometimes when you're writing in line with the text already there, it's quite hard to read. But if you write
So
it
you
at a
write over
slant,
it?
so
You
instead of the paper being like that, yeah, just or if there's a blank piece on there big enough, or at the bottom, anywhere on there. Because what you're going
On
to
the
do is
bill,
you're going to
you're
write
gonna have to open
some
the
text and
letter
then
and
you're
Oh,
going to
you
put a
gotta open
line
the bill?
with an
I
arrow.
thought we weren't supposed to because of joinder.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, if you want to pay it, just open it. Yeah, do it like that. Open it. Yeah, yeah. Well, if you do, if yeah, well, it depends. Some things, if you want to pay it, you're going to have to open it. That's the thing with mail. But once they've received payment, because that water bill, I guarantee you already, that's a presentment, and that's to tell you that they've taken whatever when you open that, whatever amount on there that you owe, they've taken that already out of your Cesta KB bond. That's already come out before you got the letter. So they're double dipping. So there's a lot of moving parts on this, but it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty
Okay.
straightforward. But if you find a blank space on there, you want to write basically this bill stroke offer is accepted for the United States dollar USD amount shown here, and then put an arrow going
This
down
bill
the line.
stroke. Oh, what do you mean by
Yeah,
stroke? We don't say stroke in the US.
Sorry, this bill slash offer
Backslash or forward slash, does it matter?
forward slash.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think it matters, but forward slash.
Forward
Okay.
slash. Yeah.
This bill stroke offer is accepted for the USD amount shown here. Then put a line going from there to wherever the amount that they say you owe is. That could be down the bottom right or in the middle, where it might be in the middle of the paragraph, but just put the line to that.
Okay. This
Yep.
has a bill at the bottom, and then it has a thing at the top. So you're supposed to put this. You're supposed to bring this. You're supposed to send this part in the U.S. See, that's what a lot of this, and we heard about this in the U.S. early on. There was a Marine that called himself Sarge, and
Yes.
he was actually going into court
Yeah.
and
Was that
fighting
Richard
cases.
Horton? Was that Sergeant
I
Richard
have no
Horton?
idea what his name was,
Mm.
his actual name, but that's what
Mm.
he was doing. And he said that in New York he was representing people in court. He had gotten to that point.
Yeah.
So would it be on what you return to them? So not actually the top part of the bill.
You've got a tear off bit at the bottom, which is the bank gyro credit. You see, that's another thing. You see, when they write to people like they've done to you, is your name in block capitals on that? Or is
Yes.
it just in lowercase?
Yeah. Yes.
It's in block capitals?
Uh-huh.
You see, that's your straw man. That's referring to a entity that died, lost at sea, age 15 years, 9 months. So automatically, that's the first bit of fraud straight away, because they're trying to associate you with a legal fiction. Well, that's fraud. They're trying
the
to make
next
you
fraud
trick
is
you into
that
believing you're dead.
they've sent this to a name that it's no longer my actual name. My name has been changed. I went back to my maiden. So that would, this is not who that this person no longer exists. This
Yes, no,
entity.
they never did. That's the thing. No, and
Right.
and the only time that that person becomes a real person, well, they don't become a real person, but the only time they can access your bond is when you agree. So, like you say, opening the letter technically is joinder, but to pay the bill, you're going to have to open the letter. So,
Right.
after that, you want to put, where did we get to? You put a line to the amount, then you want to
Okay.
put, now take it back and use it as remittance to settle the account.
Okay. This
So you've got
bill offer
this
is
bill.
accepted for.
Yep. The USD amount shown here, and then put a line to the amount and an arrow point, making it obvious what amount. Put a ring round it in blue as well. So it's
Okay.
obvious that you mean that amount. And then
Okay.
underneath that or to the side, anywhere else below it, put now take it back and use it as remittance to settle the accounts.
Okay, for this amount, and then you just, okay, let me do this. Okay, now.
Put in the
there's
chat
not-
there that one.
They don't give you a lot of space, do they?
No, there's
No,
not a lot.
no.
Or you got to write over the text.
Take-
It gets messy.
Sometimes you want, it depends how they, sometimes the text and that it's a bit fatter. Sometimes you want 3 different types of blue pen to work. When you get a letter, it's like, well, that won't even work on that paper, you know, because it
Mhm.
spreads out or something. It's too felt tippy or something like that. But so long as they can read it, that's all that matters. It could be on a bit of toilet roll. You could do this on a bit of toilet roll in theory.
Well, you can do
Bog
a
roll.
will on you can do will on toilet paper. You can do, you know, you can do a check on toilet paper.
Well, after they
Actually,
called
you
it
know.
on COVID, lots of people got a lot of toilet roll spare, haven't they?
They sure do, unless they got a bidet.
Yeah.
So this bill /offer is accepted for,
To the
and I just
USD.
did it on the top part. I might do it on
Yeah,
the bottom
anywhere.
part to send it
No,
later as I'm
anywhere you
talking
want.
to you.
Anywhere,
Okay.
the clearest place it's visible. So long as
Okay.
they can read it on the face of that paper, and you've made whatever's obvious.
Uh-huh.
It's like I've done some really sloppy ones where I've done one for my mum once, and the felt tip, the only blue pen we had was really fat, and you could hardly read it, and that worked. And I'm like, fucking hell, they didn't even complain. They just didn't contact her again. It's like, wow,
Okay.
that I could hardly read it, and they accepted it. Well, they didn't accept it. They just laughed. They didn't contact her again. And like I say, normally that's how you know, because they just don't bother contacting you. And then
Okay, and
once
that-
you've done 1 or 2, sorry,
I'm
sorry, we
sorry.
didn't finish that.
So I don't cross out my name, anything. I
No.
just write this on it, circle the amount
Yeah.
down here.
Yep. Then you put yours honorably.
Okay.
Yeah. And I put ... Yeah. And then when you've written that, what was it? Named estate. So you're going to write your name in there in a minute. You're going to print your name how you'd normally write it, with not in block capitals. Yeah. You're going to write. So I put yours honorably ... and I'll write my name after and sign it, because you're going to do that. You're going to write your name, print it, and then you're going to sign it in a minute. But get the text written out first, I think, is probably the easiest way. So yours honorably, like 5 or 6 dots or whatever, 10 dots. And then
10
named,
dots.
well, 10
Okay.
dots, 15 dots, whatever dot.
How about 5
however
for
many.
change?
Sure.
And then yours honorably, named estate title holder.
Named.
Named estate title holder. In brackets, not the trustee.
Okay. hold on.
Equitable.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm
You're
sorry.
going too fast. Title
I
holder.
missed a bit out.
You
I
are
missed a
quick.
bit out.
Oh,
I missed a bit out. I'm going from memory because on my laptop's in the bag. It's equitable beneficiary, named estate title holder.
okay.
not
Yours
the
honorably
trustee in brackets.
named go back. Yours honorably what? ... Okay.
Equitable
froze.
beneficiary.
Equitable.
Equitable beneficiary. Equitable beneficiary,
Okay.
comma, named estate title holder, not the trustee in brackets.
Named estate title holder, not
Not the trustee.
the trustee or the beneficiary. Beneficiary.
Not the trustee in brackets there.
Okay.
In bracket, trustee.
Yeah.
So you got equity,
Okay.
... Yours honorably, and trustee. So you've got yours honourably, dot, 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 yeah? That's where you print your name. And then you've got equitable beneficiary, named estate title holder, in brackets,
Uh-huh.
not the trustee. And then put another 10 dots, and then that's where you're going to sign it in blue ink. And so you'll print your name on the other dots and sign it on the last dot. And that wording works. So that's got receipts. Only 2, but it definitely works.
What
And the
about the
only
without
reason it won't
prejudice?
is because the person processing it doesn't know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well you could put that on there as well, without prejudice. Yeah, without prejudice. Nice one,
Okay.
Gary. Well thought.
Okay.
Without.
And then what I would do in your case, or in everyone's case, I would pull out the fraud on the letter. So when they wrote to you in block capital, just say, listen, for future reference, when you write to me, you write my name like this, and you want, like I write mine, full colon, yeah, Leon George, full colon, space. See how I write my name, but it's quantum passe grammar. You don't need to be an expert in it. It's the land of the that. It's well deep, and it's post service rules and very complicated. But it's cool. Are you still there? It's
Yes,
fine.
I'm still
Yeah, you
here.
broke
And
up a
You're
little bit.
you're
Is
you're
there-
pop,
can you hear
you're
me, yeah?
popping. Yeah, you're cutting in and out a bit.
Okay.
There you go. Just keep rolling
Oh,
with
that's a
it.
shame. What am I that is? I've got good service. Yeah. So but yeah. So the passe syntax. When you write passe syntax, and I'm not an expert on it. I know very basic about it, but you can check that it's mathematical language. So automatically it disqualifies any other contract, because any other contract is going to have English in the wrong. It's because it's a bullshit system. When you apply this passe syntax to it, it's a mathematical structure. So you can prove a document on a calculator. Literally, it's like that. It would be great if we had this crypto world come in. It would be ideal for big contracts to be done in that format, but it's not something that anyone can understand, passe syntax. But when you put your name in compound fact, which is full colon, your first name, hyphen, your middle name, full colon, space, your surname, that's pretty unambiguous that you know what they think you know what you're on about. If you're writing stuff with that on it, they'll be like, oh, we got another one. Look, it's all little tiny things that help when you're pushing back.
Yeah. And they're
Well,
like,
I'm
damn
not
it, another
quite.
one that
I
woke
don't.
up.
They're all grains
This is
of
a bit of
sand.
a mess. Ian just texted me, and this is a bit of a mess right now. I'm still obviously
What do you
learning.
mean?
He said, "Can you take
Yeah.
a picture of this?" And actually, I don't want my address out there and what have you. Ian, put
Yeah.
a.
It's supposed to be messy.
Yeah.
You just write on the bill there or presentment or whatever.
Yeah,
That's,
just in
that's it.
blue ink, just so long as
Yeah.
it's legible, they can read it.
But
This
those
bill
words on
offer
it,
is
that's
accepted for the USD amount shown here. Now take
So we're
it back and use it as remittance to settle the accounts. And yours honourably,
yeah.
named estate title holder, sorry, equitable beneficiary, named estate title holder, not the trustee in brackets, and then sign it without prejudice at the bottom. And that's it. That's all
Yeah.
they need to turn it into money.
I
okay.
know it's nuts. It's like what? I thought
And
it was
they
more
will, even if
complicated than this.
they say they're not going to. Eh?
People
Yeah,
are like,
it's
what?
easy.
That's it?
That's the
Just
thing.
a letter?
It's much simpler than anything.
Yeah.
Most of the problem with common law is people don't have the courage to carry it further. I know mates of mine that I've known for a long time that have been into common law, and they paid speeding tickets and got got pushed back 1 letter, 2 letters, and then didn't stand their ground and ended up paying it because they got threatened and shit it, and then paid £1,000 fine, and then blame me. But you've got to stand your ground because it's true, it's real, it works. It's how banking is done internationally. It's just that us sheep never get to find out about it.
Yeah.
And now we've found out about it, and now everyone's on it. Well, most people have heard of it now. 20 years ago, I only heard of a promissory note. I didn't know how to use it. I found out how to use one off of Richard Bobes. Richard Bobes off of what's his name? Richard Bobes. Yeah, brilliant geezer. He does. He's like a truther, I suppose, but he's interesting. He has. I haven't seen him or spoke to him since we was camping with Johnny. I had spoke to him, but yeah, he found a method of promissory note because he interviews a lot of different people. They're only of the same, bless them, they're all at the same level of understanding, which is, oh, well done, thank you, which is the same as everybody else. Do you know what I mean? But it's like he does Tartaria stuff and all manner of different. Sorry, I'm just trying to put my dinner down.
Is Richard
All manner of
Bobes in the UK or US?
UK. Yeah, he's in the UK. Richard Bobes. His channels. He's on YouTube. He's a big YouTuber. He's got a couple 100,000 people, I think now. And but no, he's a really nice guy. Really, really nice guy, and he's doing a good job. He's not with Christian's info. He's not getting that much. It's too deep. It's too far out. It's too far out for most people, really.
Yeah.
To be honest, as we all know on here right now.
Well, what I've seen in the US is that, as you said, there's a lot of leeway, taken. It's almost gotten to the point in the US where they decide who they want to channel whichever their way. And then there's different deals for different people. That's what I'm beginning to see,
And you've got all them different states out there. They've all got their own little sub-laws, haven't they? And how they all interact with a promissory note, or how they might, some
right.
like
And that's
people are
why I
getting,
find
some
it
people are
really
getting receipts, and
confusing.
some people are getting knocked back. It's
That's
very confusing. Definitely.
Right,
That
right.
it
And
is, but you've just
probably
got to stand
by
your ground.
design.
See, when you get knocked back, yeah, they haven't got any money, and they don't want to let any money out of the coffers that they haven't got any of. So if they can fob you off with a story, just say we don't accept that. They're hoping that you go, oh, okay, I'll pay it. When they say I'm sorry, accept a promissory note, I swear I'm alive. All that means is that they hope they
No.
should do, but trust anyone's line manager in any bank or any financial institution. Line manager knows about this, but they're all got contracts. They're not allowed to talk. They're not allowed to tell people, yeah, cash it here. No way. The whole point for them is to get people away from that. No, it's not something you've got access to. Except it's how everyone in the bank does business. It's how the bank generates money, and they take it out of our fun pot of gold. And
It's freezing.
I was okay with it before, but
You're breaking up a little, Leon. I mean, I don't know. Try to
Hello?
keep working through it.
That's a bit shit, isn't it?
You've got 3 bars of 1G. That's not good.
It says 4G at the moment. I'm fucking no. Even that's just a piss take. That is so fucking ridiculous. It's 4G. God, I ain't think,
One thing you guys were talking about on the Soul Fam show
Yeah.
about the bots. We have just
Let me try and
everybody.
connect to the house.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
He's gonna connect to the
One
Wi-Fi.
second.
He's gonna change his
One
connection.
second.
Okay.
Let me try and connect. I'm going to try and connect to the Wi-Fi. Hang on.
Hold on a second, Susan. Hold that thought.
One.
He'll be back.
Hang on. Right. Listen. I should be good now. How am I?
We got no video from you.
Oh.
Did you turn the video on?
Probably didn't hit video.
No, I didn't. How do I turn the video on? Can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you. Yeah.
Yes.
We can at
Okay,
least
how
hear
do
you.
I turn the video on?
If you're on your phone, like you hit and you tap your screen, and it brings up the menu at the bottom.
Right, and then the video would be in the left-hand corner.
I thought I just
After
normally
mute?
scroll left or right and it lets me do it, but hang on. Fucking hell. What pain. Hang on. Videos, no, filters, no.
Leon,
no,
you might have to go back out and come back in.
I'll
And
do that.
Click
I'll do
video.
that. I'll do that. That'll be easier. I'll come back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 secs.
No problem. How's everybody doing?
Good, beautiful day here. Beautiful day in my simulation,
Yes, and your overlay.
in my little simulation bubble. At least it's been beautiful lately. Couple of days of clouds, but then Christian said we should expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't handle the sun.
All right, there we go. We got you now. Hold on. Okay, there.
Mute. Oh,
There
it's
you
muted.
go.
Here we go. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
Okay.
you're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm back.
that's
Yeah.
much better. Much
I
better.
should have good connection now, much better connection.
All right,
So
good.
where
Yeah.
were we? Where were we?
What
Yeah,
I
this
was
is
going to
good.
say about the bots, we get a lot of those. We even get those on houses that were sold years ago. They're trying to grab property, and
Yeah,
it's almost daily. It's almost daily where
yeah.
there's offers and what have you, and it makes me
Some
wonder.
places are worse than others. Australia's pretty bad as well. They're trying to take property back and land over there, but it's been going on stealth for years. All the buy-ups, like when you see films like Trading Places and all that, they show you all that back in the 80s, how Merrill Lynch buys up all these companies and how they buy up all them companies, and they end up owning everything. And they owned it all
Mhm.
anyway. But I mean, then they end up with the physical property. It's just fucking one big scam, isn't it? You
Well,
know
Mhm.
what I mean? And
I want to talk to you about something that's been a concern on my mind. Um,
mm,
we have family land in Indiana. Okay.
mm,
Now that land is in my father's name, but of course it's going to be split between me and my brother. There was an initial group that came in and offered a certain amount for a certain percentage of the acreage. I pretty much believe the land was given to our family in grants long ago in the 1800s. Um,
right.
yeah, and so this group came in and they offered, and my father did not work with them. He's now working with another group, and should I be leery of that? I'm staying out of it because this is not in my, it's his deal, his business, but it feels like he's about to get us into a mess, possibly.
I don't really, I'm not really, I mean, US land law, I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah,
I know about common
yeah.
law and I'm not an expert in every area. I know a little bit about, or a lot about some things and a little bit about other stuff.
I
Um,
mean, I know it's all going to be gone anyway, so that's why I'm staying
yeah,
out.
yeah.
They're
Ultimately,
all
I wouldn't
they're all
worry
doing
too much.
backflips over it, and I'm just trying to stay out of it. Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much ultimately.
faded to
Uh,
black.
sorry.
We
Oh,
can't
me?
see.
Oh, it's the light went off. Hang
Oh,
on. Oh, yeah, the light went off. It's an activated light thing. Yeah,
uh-huh.
I mean, like I say, I don't particularly know about stuff like that, but I wouldn't worry too much about anything to do with common law right now. But I say to everyone, push back anyway. Even if you're sitting there with 20 million quid in the bank, just push back because every single person that sends a promissory note sends them two fingers or one middle finger. And it's another obvious sign that hang on, this person's woke up because people sending them back have got they've woken up and they're normally quite annoyed about what's been happening to kids, this, that, the other. That gives you more gusto. It makes you hang on, I'm not why should I pay that water bill? They've already robbed me for it for the last fucking every month for the last 50 years, 40 years, whatever.
Hmm.
You know, and what they're up to. When you got to remember what they've been doing and what they're part of. I'm not saying that the cashier in Barclays or HSBC is part of it, but they're enforcing it, whatever it is. I mean, the school teachers, the doctors, the nurses,
Well,
just don't have no
I've
shit
seen
from
it
them.
in the jail. I've seen
Mm,
it in the jail systems how they try to trap people in, and
hmm.
then exactly what you said, so that they can um,
Yeah,
jack
it's one big machine.
once you're in a institution of some sort, then you're worth
Mm,
more to them. You know.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you're brilliant. They're great. You're a cash cow because you're the Christmas turkey because they've just got whatever they want from your bond because you ain't got no say in it because you've done something wrong and you've agreed you have and you're thereby joined her. Unless you've harmed someone, damaged something, or, killed someone, it's a common law court in England. Well, I've not seen this or I know you can do it. I've not actually needed to. Uh, it's not happened yet, but like if you've done something serious, you can still be tried in the common law court by a jury of I think it's up to 26 of your peers, and they're people that live within 15 miles of you. Can be anyone that lives within 15 miles of your house. 26 of them, if you want, or 13, or what is it, 12 or 26? I think it is. You can have either 12 or 26, but I know it's been done, but I don't know a case where it's been used. But that's just even for serious crimes. You know what I mean? Because the whole legal system is fraud. and it's called the legal system because they can't call it a lawful system because that's fraud. Because it's not lawful; it's the legal
Yeah.
system.
All the Black's
It's
Law
the
bullshit.
fraudulent. Yeah, it's the fraudulent mumbo jumbo gobbledygook language, and they tie you all up with joinder. And yeah,
I think that Sarge, like 4 years ago, he was calling it constitutional law
yeah,
for the
yeah.
U.S. Is there a
Constitutional law.
difference
Yeah, that's
between
true.
common law and constitutional law?
I think the U.S. constitutional law comes from our Magna Carta anyway, or the British Magna Carta. Well, I say our Magna
I think
Carta,
so too. I think
whatever
it
the
was
English, something like that. It
based
comes
on,
from
yeah,
that, I think. Yeah,
constitutional
so
law was
it's the
based
same
on
thing.
the Magna
Yeah,
Carta.
it's 1776. That's what America. Yeah, it is 1776 U.S. constitutional law. What the world is under right now. The whole world is under that law, not English maritime law, or sorry, of course, not English maritime law, but not our common law. It's American 1776 constitutional law. That's why everyone at the moment, all the police, why that's why they're all fucked, because they shouldn't have been enforcing act statutes or policies or nicking people for driving offences or what they've done to Anthony, stitched him right up. They can't do stuff like that. Serious
Right.
fucking shit because they're in public office. Yeah.
Right.
So when you like what Anthony's been through, they're in a lot of trouble. They're not right now, but they're going to be in a minute, and it's only a few days, a week away, and they'll be in a lot of trouble because that's serious shit. You've already done 5 days in jail, bruv, didn't you?
Who,
That's
me?
fucking bang out of order.
No.
Yeah, Anthony E is here.
Oh, Anthony.
Yeah,
Anthony. Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah. What happened to Anthony? He got stitched right up, and what that's happened, and everyone's ignoring his legal, all of his common law. It's not working. In England, they'd have to listen. You wouldn't have a situation like that. But in
Right.
over there, they're like, well, we're not. Yeah, all right, we hear you, but we can give a shit. It's like
Yeah.
that. That's not right. That's terribly wrong. They
Well,
can't
I
But
do
did
that.
Anthony was a
contact.
legend in jail.
I
They
had
recognized him.
I had a driving issue, and I contacted an attorney, and I said, "Are you operating under maritime law or constitutional law?" And he said, "It's all constitutional law." And then he just, the whole
Yeah,
passed the bar, the whole thing. So that was
yeah,
obviously fraud.
yeah.
So
See, the
that'll be
problem is
interesting.
all of them and the police, all of them and all of the police and everyone, up until 2016 or just before, they were all 33rd degree Freemasons. Everyone in a position of power. So when the police are working with social services, who are working with the prison system, who are working with the government, who are working with the local, you're fucked. You've got a chance because every decision is made by a 33rd degree Freemason. And right down to the beat cop, I bet he don't know nothing about it. He's just doing what he's told.
Yeah.
So the people that are coming around to enforce that law don't even know anything about reality. They're just doing what they're told because they're getting paid
Yeah.
for
Just doing my
whatever
job.
department that is. Yeah, but you've got to point the fraud out. Say, listen, don't matter. See, if they tell you ignorance of the law is no excuse. That applies to them as well. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Now we know the real law, so now we can use it, but you've got to use it and not back down. That's the most important thing I can say is just got to stand your guns and try. Listen, so it depends. It depends what it is. Like we've got act statutes and policies in the UK. Every single one of them after January the 1st, 1973, is unlawful. It's aiding and abetting and treasonous act. Now, when you tell a copper that, they when you say it and you say it with courage and conviction, they know it's real. They might not necessarily have heard of it, but they're like, when you hit them with like 8 or 9 things that they've never heard of, and they're like, well, hang about, you got them on the back foot straight away, and they don't want to get themselves in trouble. Point out the law, point out that aiding and abetting in the treasonous act, that's serious shit. Trying to obtain money by deception. So if they're trying to enforce an act, statute, or policy, they're trying to access your SESTA KV bond and get you to pay. Well, they're trying to get you to pay physical money for a fine, or they're going to access your bond anyway, and they can put you in jail and access your bond. So when you point that out to them, that is from darkness to light. You put a spotlight on them now. They've now got to listen in England anyway. That's how it works because we have judicial reviews over it.
Can you explain to me how the local water company is able to double dip and access my KV Cessna bond?
Because they're just a billing company. So all they are is an unlawful extension of government to reap revenue unlawfully. That's all they are. That's like an unacknowledged wing of the government because they give all these licenses out. The government going, over here we've got like Ofcom and we've got off this, off that. I don't know what you've got over there, but we have all these different like agencies and these things, and they like all the utility companies they're just billing companies. They don't buy or trade or sell gas, electricity, or water. They just bill you for it. because they've got the right to, because they bought a license off the government. That's all they are. They're billing companies. They've got nothing to do with anything to do with your supply of gas, electricity, or water. That's how come 1 minute you can be with British Gas, 3 days later, without anyone telling you, you're with Scottish Power. And then all of a sudden, you're back with British Gas again a year later. And it's like, hang about, where did you come from? How are you billing me now? That's how I got into this. I was like, I came back from Spain, no, Macedonia. And I'd been renting a house for the previous year from my mum who moved back from Spain. And I was paying the bills, but I'd missed 3 months. When I was in Macedonia, I'd missed 3 months. It was only like a couple £100. And they writ vacant, and then my address. They didn't write my name on it. And I just queried that. I just emailed them. I said, listen, why are you, how much, sorry, I've been away, I've been out of the country. How much do we owe you? Sorry, blah, blah, blah. I said, why have you writ vacant on the, on your email, on the letter that you sent to my house? There's like 3 letters, said vacant, and then my address. And I opened them thinking, well, it ain't vacant, I live here. And because my mum was living there, but she didn't open them because it said vacant. She didn't know it was for me. So this is the electricity company. So when I come back, I emailed them, and she said, oh, I don't know. She said, I'll look into it. Tell me the meter number. And I thought, no, I've heard about this. I thought, my mate James, who funny enough, I saw him yesterday in Portsmouth. Bless him, James, the legend. I spoke to him about this, and he said, when they ask you for anything like that, don't give them nothing like that. Don't give them a serial number. Don't give them it's joinder. So I remembered from that little conversation not to give that number out. I thought, no, I said, I'll tell you what, you tell me why it's vacant, and I'll tell you the number. I said, I'll tell you whatever you want to know once you tell me why you've done that. Why does it say vacant? And she said, right, she said, I'm going to need to know the meter reading and the serial number of the meter. I said, no, I'm not having it. And this went on for like 4 or 5 letters, email. And then I started writing in the post. And then they just stopped contacting me. I said, listen, I'll pay you whatever you want. I said, as far as I'm not even aware where you came from, Scottish Power it was. I said, I didn't join you. I said, so you show me a contract. That was what it was. Sorry, I missed a bit out. I said, when you show me the contract I've got with you, I'll pay whatever. But until that moment, no, you're a third party interloper, bugger off. And then I quoted him Halsbury's Law after I found other stuff out, other bills, not them people. So administrative courts. So when you get a letter and bailiffs are coming, the only reason that is because it's been from an administrative court. Now, they're unlawful. You can't, there's no act in the country, that in England anyway, that can legitimise an administrative court. They're unlawful. So when the bailiffs turn up, they've been sent from an unlawful court. 100% of them, all of them. They are all sent in, all right, maybe Crown Court might send a bailiff very rarely, but it's not a bailiff in this situation. You know, bailiffs turn up to reap revenue unlawfully on behalf of all the other mechanism, you know? How they end up wanting all the money out of you, whether it's gas, electricity, water, whatever it is, congestion charge or whatever it's, all of it's unlawful. Yeah, all of
You
that.
said the mechanism, they got every fucking little angle, like try to bleed you, you know?
It all works together. Yeah, it all works together, the whole thing.
Well, I understand what
And-
you're saying about the billing companies. I had a one of my children was in treatment, and the bill was paid in full prior to the treatment. And then we got another bill and so we're seeing that they're doing a money grab, and they're trying to come back and bill you again. And it took just contacting that company and proving that it had already been paid. And then they came back again and tried again. And they're doing this, they're doing this to people that they have nothing, and setting up these things, anything to get, money. So, in the US, there's definitely a money grab going on.
Oh yeah, the medical is, I think that's mostly like
medical
personal
billing,
bankruptcies
yes.
or because of medical issues.
Well,
They
yeah,
love
and the initial bill and the agreement for the initial treatment wasn't it was the bill that ended up in our hands the second time round was like it was like 3-4 times what the initial treatment was, and they're just throwing that out there. I once had a truck loan, and it was with Fifth Third Bank, and I would send in payment. They would cash my check, and I then would have to prove to them by fact. Long ago, I would have to prove to them by facts that I actually had paid the bill by showing them the canceled check. And I said, "Well, that's crazy. You were the one that canceled the check." And so I finally said, it's a good thing I keep good records, because I know you're doing this to a lot of people and they don't keep good records, and then you're just double billing or triple billing and saying that you
Yeah.
didn't receive it, even though you've already cashed the check. And my proof of that was a canceled check that they had cashed. I mean, it's just anything for money over here in the
Yeah.
US.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I find, like I was saying to a few people lately, the way I start all my common law stuff now, well, actually, probably since I started, is not with necessarily the issue straight away. Like definitely in the last 2 years, I start off with the empty offices. If it's a police issue, I start with the empty offices. Talk about that. So whoever opens that letter, because they, you know, whether you're talking about writing to the magistrate, or whether you're writing to the police, or whether you're writing to your bank manager or the bank, whatever, they're going to know that there's a lot of missing people. They well know, and people are talking about it now as well. So I mean, even Christian, he had his what do you call it, Stellara shot for psoriasis, yeah, this morning, and the woman that he's known for 9 years, who kind of just thought he was a bit nuts until the other week. She's like, wow, no, you're right. She's like, this is this morning. She's like, no, because 90% of the NHS staff in the UK have now refused the flu shot. Now that sent shockwaves through everywhere, because everyone's thinking, hang about, what if they don't want it? Because now they're going to bring out a new virus in a minute, aren't they? And they want everyone to have a vaccine, because you've got to get your digital ID and you fucking this, that, the other for going wherever. You know, it's all the same scam, but there's no sting in the tail of that. But like, you know, even people in the psoriasis unit in Southsea Hospital are like, nah, this is something well. They know it there. It all makes sense. You see, Christian's info makes sense. That's the thing. That's how you know it's true, is because it makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you can use that information to, like I said to a few people as well lately, when you can use that information to think about other things in your life, or what you've just encountered, and you can use that set of info to explain it, chum on, that's what more proof do you want? You know, when you've explained it and you think, because you get that feeling, don't you? You're like, no, I know that's real. That's definitely real, whatever it might be, like even promissory notes. When I first heard about them, well, maybe not when I first heard, because I was probably about 18. I didn't really understand it. I knew that English money was a promissory note, but I didn't know you could write one. I didn't know you could make one. And then, but when I found that out, and I'm like, hang about, no, that's real, because I know it's real, and it is real because it works. Like I say, I know a couple of people that have got receipts. So, you know, when people say like about the Christian's info or anything, where's your proof? The proof is in the pudding. You've got to do it. Everyone's got to get them promises. Some people are going to get. See, when they say they don't accept a promissory note, that's as good as. I didn't understand this when I first got into it. I'm like, what do you mean it's as good as them accepting it? How can it be as good if they refuse it? But if they refuse it, that's unlawful. So they can't take you to court. They've just refused cash, basically. Yeah. So Lord Denning said in 1969, in the case of Building and Platt versus Salim Najjar, that a promissory note is cash, and cash is a promissory note. The two are synonymous. So if you offer to settle a bill with cash, and someone doesn't want cash, they can't ask you for cash again. So if they say, sorry, we don't accept a promissory note, that's as good as them saying, giving you a receipt. That's as good, because they can't pursue you in court now. They've just they've guaranteed they can't, so long as you've written it right. And if you wrote what we spoke about just now and there, that's what you write. So they can't argue with that, because it is cash. And the thing is, what the line manager and all the people in the bank above the cashier will all know this. This is common knowledge to them. But maybe the cashier don't know. Maybe a 25-year service cashier probably knows, but you know what I'm saying? Generally, they don't know that. So they'll say, what's that, a promissory note? No, I don't know what that is. So if you went into a shop to buy a Mars bar, or go and buy shopping with a promissory note, they don't have to accept that. You could probably get away with it with a manager of a supermarket that who you was a mate of. That might work. Yeah, generally that's not going to work. But when you're billed from companies, because they're corporations, they've got to do their own. They're all corporations. They've got to act in their own rigid framework of legality. And unfortunately, lawful trumps legal. Lawful trumps it big time. The legal system came from the lawful system. So the lawful system is the only real law there is. It's all of the rest of it is all bullshit gobbledygook to do what they know we do, you know, to tie you up, get joined up, get your money, get this, get that. It's never in our favour.
As
And knowing
far
about
as
it.
as far as medical bills go, I was told early on in the 90s, a lady told me, and she was very good with money. She had hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills, and she
Yeah.
set it up that she would only pay, I think it was $100 a month. And she said, I'll be paying that for the rest of my life, but I'm not going to go bankrupt.
Hmm.
And actually, in our system, if you pay $1 a month, on say you owe 500,000, as long as you pay $1 a month, they can never come after you. So that's a little trick if anybody's worried about that. That's well, they make it so terribly confusing. You know, that this would be a great thing to get on, but it's so confusing between, and even for people to even get their head around the fact that that we're legally under the crown. You know,
Mm. Mm.
that's a
Yeah,
very
that's
hard
difficult.
thing for the anybody in the U.S. to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 All right,
There's a lot of
Susan.
very difficult
Okay.
things for people to
Thank
understand, isn't
you,
there?
Leon. You've given me a
Nice
lot
one.
to think about.
No
Yes.
worries, no worries. Nice
Okay.
one, mate. Nice to speak to you, Susan.
Awesome.
Big love. Bye.
Bye.
Big love, babe.
Thank you, Susan. That was good. We're going to bring in Terry. Start video, please. I've got Lo with her hand up.
Hello, Lo.
There we go. And there we go. Asked to unmute.
Hi,
There we go.
Leon, and
Hello, mate.
everybody
How are
else.
you?
I'm good, thank
How's it
you.
going?
Not bad for an old person. Anyway, I have a couple of questions for you because my siblings and cousins couldn't be on the call, so I'm asking for them. Okay.
Mhm.
There's two questions. If you are in a foreclosure situation, would a promissory note be an option?
Sorry, say that last bit. Beyond action.
If
In
you're in
foreclosure.
foreclosure, is
Yeah.
a promissory note an option for
Yeah. No. You can still put, so long as they ain't got the keys and kicked you out, that'll still work. Well, it still has the ability to work. Even if they've said to you, right, you've got 15 days to get out because you ain't paid. If you pay, if you've paid, you've paid. Yeah. So, like I
Well,
say, you need to get it up. Yeah, you can still use. This is what it's got to be. It's got to be a letter from them. Like I say, I've never known it to be done with an email. Maybe I don't know. It depends who's receiving it. Who at the bank is receiving it? Are they sympathetic to that? Do they understand how that works? Maybe they might just pass it off and say, look, that put it through. Like I say, I got one of my friends is a GP in London, and she got a receipt from London Council for paying with a promissory note, just in Biro, just like I told you a minute ago. That's all she did, and that's it. She's the only physical person I know who got a physical receipt for payment. But I do know someone else that did, but I don't know that person myself. But generally,
if you tell them that you're giving them a promissory note,
yeah, write a letter with it,
is that
explaining,
like
right?
just like you've given them a check for something?
Basically, yeah. Basically, you're giving them cash when you give a promissory note, because, like I say, when you write a letter. So when I write a promissory note, I always write a letter, which is normally about 2 pages long. That I deal with the fraud on the letter, like just in case you didn't know, you've spelt my name wrong. You've written to a dead entity, died, lost at sea, age 15 years, 9 months. I'm not my legal fiction. I'm not my straw man. I'll deal with that bit, and then I'll come to the next bit of fraud, which will be whatever it is they reckon I owe, and I'll be like, listen, I'm paying with the promissory note as is standard practice in 2025. I'll just say that. As per Lord Denning's quote, in the case of Fielding and Platt versus Selina Jar, a promissory note is cash, cash is a promissory note. You can actually go online, copy and paste his exact quote, and it gives the case reference underneath. It was, the case of Fielding and Platt versus Selina Jar, 1969. So since that moment, which was just after 1966, 67, 68, 69, when it went into stage 2 of a promissory note, when it no longer has to be backed by gold and silver, the economy wants to be grown exponentially. So it doesn't even need to be backed by your SESTA KB bond now. And it won't do because they can't have a reset. We're not going to have a reset because we've only got weeks left on this. So there's nothing they can do about it. Lawfully, they're fucked. They can argue and argue the toss about it, but once they've sent a letter saying sorry or a phone call, if they can write to you saying, "Listen, we don't accept that. That's not a form of payment we accept." That's as good as them accept. That's as good as them sending you a receipt. Because now there's nothing they can do. You've offered them the money, they didn't want it. Basically, cash is a
Yeah.
promissory note. Promissory note is cash. If you refuse cash, well, it's up to you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The other part of this question is if they won't, would it be better to declare bankruptcy and use a promissory note to apply to the new payment plan?
I would say to pay the whole thing with a promissory note. If you could get a letter, or I wouldn't say apply for bankruptcy, no, because no, why should you? You've got billions. Whoever this is has probably got about $2 or $3 billion in their Cesta KV bond, so they don't need to be bankrupt. And be defiant and push back anyway. Like I say, even if they had loads of money, tell them to push back because this is their birthright. Basically, they've got loads of money. They're just not allowed to have access to it. The government want to poison you with your own money. That's fine. They want you in hospital on medication, using your money to make you sick and ill. That's great, but they're not going to give it to you and let you buy a house with it. But you can use it the lawful way. This way, you can once it's been paid. So if you were in foreclosure and you turn up before the foreclosure date when you're no longer living there, and you say, right, listen, it's all right, I've sorted the money out. Here you go. Yeah. If they've got like a letter from the bank or the lending agency that says, look, the final, you owe us this, and you've got to be out there, turn that into a promissory note, send it back. And then there's no way they can get you out of the house. Worst case scenario, there's no way they can get you out of the house because you paid. And that will be an ongoing legal battle for 100 years because you paid. And if they want to take you to court, they're going to lose. In an English court, after a few conversations with some American friends lately, I'm not so fucking sure. Do you know what I mean? They seem to be. I don't know what it is out there, but because what happens? I don't like common law. Sorry, I've gone dark. It's because it makes me angry. I get angry on your behalf, you know? And I don't want to be angry. I'm like, do you know what? I fucking rather not get angry. But I get so fucking enraged by the liberties that people are getting put under. People, hardworking people that are under really hard situations, and now they're being mugged off and being threatened with prison. Fucking come on. There's no way that ain't right. There's no way.
So they're supposed to send the promissory note to the bank, right?
Yeah, whoever, like basically,
Wherever
whoever
they
wrote
got
to you
that.
about the money, whoever wrote to them about whatever it was owed, the mortgage or the car finance or whatever, whoever
Whoever,
wrote right back with that. So
okay.
you want a letter, you want your name on it, even if it's got your straw man name, don't matter. You want a letter from the lending agency, the bank, the mobile phone company, the car finance company, whoever. A letter with, oh, hello, you owe us this. That's all you need. And then if it hasn't got just to be double sure, put your tax number on it. If you want, you can even put your tax number on it. Yeah, turn that into a promissory note. If it's got a barcode on it, you don't need to worry. If it hasn't, put your national insurance number or your tax number. That's belts and braces. So long as it's in blue ink, they can't refuse it.
Okay.
If you write what I was saying before, they can't refuse it. Now they might refuse it. They might say, well, we don't accept that. But then just say, well, that's just up to you. Because Lord Denning said in 1969 that a promissory note is cash, and cash is a promissory note. So if you don't want cash, that's your problem, not mine. And please try and sue me in a real court. See how you get on with that. Because
Yeah.
once you point out, then you can say, listen, you can't send the bailiffs round, and you can't take me to court because you're going to take me to an administrative court, and that's unlawful. And then you quote Halsbury's law: administrative courts are unlawful because of the restraints placed on Queen Elizabeth II at her coronation. But that law still stands, so they can't use a criminal court. So just play it that way, and it'll take them forever. Like I say,
Okay.
now is the only really time that this is the best time now to push back because now it'll work
Okay.
because you've got white hats in control of every sector, even if people can't see it. And even if you're getting grief, you've ultimately got white hats in your whatever that area of government is, or manufacturing industry, leisure, sport, finance, all of it.
Yeah, we're in the United States, so it's
Yeah,
in Florida. The cousins are so.
yeah. Yeah, don't forget, we've only got sub-minion level idiots that are just box ticking, job doing, whatever, just doing my job. They don't really know much about anything. And when you
Yeah.
start talking about COVID crimes and Satanism and red shoes and vaccines and lockdown and martial law, they shit themselves and they'd rather not deal with you. And that means you get put to the back of the pile, or it means your case gets all forgotten about because they don't want you in court because they don't want to hear that. If you let them know, even if it's something serious, let them know what you plan to say in court. Because whatever it is you're in court for, they've done 10 times worse. And that's the bloke sitting there in a wig judging you and what he's been
Yeah.
up to. Not now, but, historically throughout time, not now, definitely not. But that's the role they're in. They're still in that role fulfilling the movie, aren't they? So when you let them know what you're going to say, they don't want to get involved in it. Not when you start talking about COVID crimes and genocide and, aiding and abetting in treasonous act, malfeasance, misfeasance, non-feasance in
Yeah.
public office. Yeah, trying to obtain
Yeah.
money by deception.
They're talking about that where I live in Arizona. They're talking big time about getting COVID shots and stuff like that. And I said, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah.
So,
All right, Terry, does that help?
yeah, that helps. I'll
Yeah,
have,
I
since
wouldn't go
it's gonna
bankrupt.
it's
I would-
recorded, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then I can send it to the recording to my
Yeah,
uh,
definitely.
siblings and cousins and whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they want to talk to me about it, they can. I mean, Kirsten's got my number. If they want to, if they want a conversation about it, if this video ain't enough, because now is the time to push back. Sorry, I'm making a roll up at the same time I'm talking to you. I am still here. Look. But now, like I say, I'll do a call with them if they want a bit more info. But like I say, now is the time to do this more than ever. More than ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you very much.
All right.
No
Good to
worries.
see you,
Nice
Terry.
one. Nice one, Terry.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Cameron. Here we go. Hit the unmutey thing.
And we mute.
Oh, Terry came. Let's see, sometimes it does. Oh, see, sometimes it does that. I don't know why. Hold on. There we go. There we go. You got that? Hit the unmute thing there. Sometimes you remove someone, then it'll bring them back.
I don't know.
What's
It
happened?
doesn't seem to be working.
I'm not touching. I didn't hit anything there. There we go. Here, let me hit the unmute here. Why is it not? You might have to do the join and rejoin. I'm going to give you the. You're going to see it. I'm going to give you the ask to unmute, and then you should get the pop up. You may have to leave and then join, and then when you get the join screen, then it has like the buttons for audio and video. You might have to do that.
Come back in, Cameron, and rejoin using your audio and have it on rather than off when you come in. That might help.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do, wasn't it, a minute ago?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had to do that a few times. Give that a go.
Glitched out
Sorry.
on me.
There we go.
Ah,
Can you hear me now?
yay.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Woo!
So sorry about that. I was
Nice.
pressing with my finger like mad and it just wouldn't do anything.
Sorry for technical difficulties.
Leon, I have tried to ring you. We've
Have
messaged
you?
on Messenger. You said I'll call you back tomorrow. I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you've been
no,
really
it's a
busy.
bit, I apologise. Was that recently or was that not recently?
Yes. Yeah, that was 2 days
Was
ago.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
fuck,
was waiting
really?
for your call and I was like, oh shit, I must have missed it.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I have been proper busy, mate. I've been writing a lot as well, and I'm doing several common law things at the same time, and I've got
Well, I'm
different
like
things
you.
at different stages, and I ain't very organised anyway. So for me to be doing stuff that I'm meant to be organised about,
Well,
I'm
maybe I
terrible
can
at
help
it.
you out because what you're talking about, I actually live it. I don't pay HMRC. I've got my own sworn affidavit. I am a living private man. I've told the
Here
king
we are.
to do one. I've told the Queen to do one. I've told the Chancellor of the Exchequer to do one. I don't pay tax. I don't pay electric. I don't pay gas.
Yeah.
I'm now trying to travel around under my own bond, which means I don't need
Travel
insurance.
around under it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. How are you getting on with that? I
Well, my
don't think
friend
there's
does
gonna
it. He lives it. He drives around under his own personal registration plate, PCO1, and then
Where
his
does
three
he live?
initials.
What part of the world or what part of England?
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Have you heard of the
How does he
name
get on?
Craig? Have you heard of the name Craig Wetton
No,
or
I don't
Peter
think so.
Gunn, who was an English constitutionalist before he died?
Right.
Well,
Okay. So
I
he's
live and breathe. I live and breathe this every day. And when I saw you
excellent.
and Christian, it was a breath of fresh air because I've had bailiffs at the door and I laugh at them. I've had them clamp my vehicle and I go and clamp their vehicle. And then my release fee is more than their release fee.
Yeah, nice.
So I've had fun and I run my own business.
Yeah.
So the business pays taxes, corporation tax and everything else because it's a dead entity. But I live like a living private man.
Yeah.
And I've lost loads of friends. I've lost loads of family. But it doesn't matter because they didn't resonate like I do with you and Christian.
Yeah, I
So
know that.
I have two questions for you. The first one is, I'd like to buy some land in Wales because I want to open a retreat. Because after this blows over, a lot of people that don't move along, I think my purpose is here as a grid holder to help those people understand what truly is going on. And they're going to have a lot of PTSD and a lot of issues. And I've got a feeling that my strength, my inner strength is here to help them through that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I think
Because
everyone
there are some
doesn't really
people
get
that aren't
this.
going to make it, isn't there?
Yeah, but what happens is that it's like what people think of humanitarian projects or healing centers aren't what we envisage. That's not what's going to happen. So when this
Right.
happens, everyone will be in such a state of shock. What will happen is after the EMF, then everyone will be, all of the Tyrone ET human souls that woke up will all be in realm 2. It'll be realm 2, but they won't be in this little bit here. Yeah, this will be
No, I
pretty
understand that.
desolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there won't be.
It'll
I don't think.
depixelate.
I wouldn't imagine you'll be there.
Right.
If you're awake to Christian's level, you'll be sweet. You won't be in that mess unless you want to be. You might want to stay and help someone. I don't know how that
Well, I
works.
actually
mean,
think
I'm
I
not
want to
Christian,
help.
but
That's the thing.
yeah, but yeah. I think they've got to help themselves, and they'll have ET help. See, the people that came in to help will go, and
Yeah.
there'll be people ET in human form come in to look like everybody else, to say, come on, look, this is what we got to do. We got to work together. We got to to try and get people. There'll be ETs that have got full knowledge of what's going on, but they'll look like you and me, and they'll be like some
Okay.
little old lady. Yeah, or be a little old lady. You know the technology. There'll be someone, and they'll be like, "Look, come on, people, stop arguing, stop fighting over bread. Come on, we don't need money. Come on, think about it. Think."
See,
and
I've
they'll
never
try
needed
and,
money. I've never valued money. It's just an energy
nor have
form.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the people that when this first happens, they'll think they're the lucky ones. They'll be like, "Wow, fuck, we're so lucky. We made it.
Yeah.
The world was attacked by Russia, and we're all right. Somehow we're still alive." They'll
Yeah.
think that to start with.
Yeah, I understand that.
They'll
Now,
wonder where everyone went.
so obviously my first question was about the promissory note to buy some land. But
Mm.
maybe if that's not going to happen in terms of there's not going to be no land to have, then there's no need.
Well, no,
buying
there
it.
won't be that. No, there wouldn't be. But I mean, if you wanted to go down that route, you'd need to create a registered company's house in England, create a
Which I
trust.
have.
Yeah, create a trust certificate. Sorry, create a trust. What do you call it? The
Express
mission,
trust?
the trust. Well, you want a revocable and an irrevocable trust. The two work together. But you register the
Right.
trust with Company's House. You get a company number. You put that
Yeah.
on the trust certificate, and then you
Yeah.
open a bank account for the trust. And the company number is a trust certificate number. Yeah.
Right.
Now I've not done this, but I spoke to Ed McNair, who's a bit of a legend at this, and he's well progressed with this. Now then you get the trust. See, the vendor never needs to know you're paying with the promissory note because it's a bank-to-bank transaction, and you are the trustee. Yeah,
Yes.
you're not the beneficiary in this case.
I'm not
You've got a
surety. Yeah, I
grantor.
understand.
Yeah, so you're the trustee, and you're buying this for the trust. and the promissory note will be issued from the bank because you send it to the bank, recorded, tracked, signed for, and you tell the bank to use that money to pay for the Mrs. Parker's house. Yeah, and you
Okay.
can also
Okay.
say to the bank, you could go into the bank and ask for their mortgage deals. And I thought about doing this, but it was a £4.8 million house that I wanted to buy about 3 years ago. And I didn't bother because we're doing this and I'm too busy to worry about that. And that would have maybe worked. But you go on Companies House, you register a revocable trust. I think it's first or an irrevocable trust, but you register a trust. I'm trying to work out if it's revocable or irrevocable. You register the trust. It's not the one they offer you. Don't go onto their trust, and because they offer
No, no, no,
trust
no, no.
Companies House.
It's always got to
Yeah,
be private trust.
your
Yeah.
own trust. Yeah. You get the company number, then you open the bank account. Yeah. And then you issue the promissory note. Do a nice one. Yeah. You can make your own really very nice, but not on blue ink, with felt tip and that. Do a nice printed promissory note and ask the bank to pay that. Say to them, you've got a 25-year mortgage there. I'd like to take that option, but I'm going to pay for that in advance with the promissory note. So please credit my account with, it would have been something like fucking, I don't know, 3.8 million. Please put that cash because I'm paying for the mortgage up front. Are you with me? You can ask
Yeah,
them
yeah,
to
yeah.
do that. Yeah. So so in theory, they're going to give you what you would have paid over 25 years because you've written them a promissory
Yeah.
note, cash,
Yeah.
and then say to the bank manager, and for your time, there's your 6% that you wanted for the transaction. There's another 300 grand for you personally for the bank.
But
As a thank you.
don't you find the UK solicitors will try and fluff it
Yeah.
and not put it
Oh,
through?
definitely. UK solicitors. Yeah, there's no point using them because they're all part of it. Whether they know it or not, they're NPCs acting on behalf of the legal system. That's what
Yeah.
they're. So they're not
Yeah.
really any help. This is the thing. Lawyers
Maritime
and all
law
that.
at its best, right?
Yeah. You're in the prosecution. Everyone's all in it on the same thing. So they're not unless you're married to one. They're not going to be much help to you.
Well, you've got my number. Could you give me a call tomorrow and we talk about this? I know other people are waiting, and I don't want to use up anybody else's time.
No,
But
we definitely can.
the second thing is, and this is not egotistical, this is not trying to make me look good, but Christian said yesterday, and it made me smile. And if you look at the video, I'm sure he was reading my mind because I have the funds and I'd like to take both Christian and yourself to see the Northern Lights because I know how important it is to Christian.
Sure, he'd love to do
And
that.
I'm in a position where I've got the money to do that. So again, can we talk about that tomorrow?
No, it's a
Because I
lovely
tried
offer.
to
I
ring you
don't
and
think
do
there's
this.
time for that.
Well, I don't know. Christian was saying he might have time to go.
Maybe
I'm
I know he'd
thinking-
love to do that. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, that'd be
He's
amazing.
talked about it forever, like for
Yeah,
The way I look at it,
loads.
money is just an energy. So let's put it to good use.
Mm.
Cameron,
But
that is amazing. Thank you so much. And Christian would love that. Oh my gosh, you have no idea what that would mean to
Yeah.
Christian.
Well, I
Yeah.
did try and do it directly with Leon through getting you to try and get me contact him, but nothing was happening. So I've had to come on
Oh,
tonight.
mate, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's my
Yeah,
fault. Listen,
that would be
Karen, I'm
incredible.
sorry.
It's okay,
That
you're
could
busy.
happen.
You're busy.
Yeah, I'd blow him away. He'd be amazed.
Oh,
I
that's
hope
amazing.
that there is.
I'm from Cambridgeshire, so I'm just up the road from Colchester, like
Oh, yeah.
40 minutes.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Oh, we could maybe go for a bit of lunch or something in the next. I don't know how
I'd
much
love
is left.
to.
I'm waiting
I'd
on
love to.
Christian's understanding because I'm under the impression I'm on high alerts at any moment from now onwards. From this afternoon onwards is where
Well,
I'm at.
I run my own business and I can go tomorrow to see the Northern Lights. So I'm ready whenever you want.
He'd be blown away with that. I know he would. God,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would. That's
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
Cameron. Thank you.
That would be
You're
unbelievable.
welcome.
Yeah.
No,
Nice
thank
one.
you.
Yeah, Cameron,
I'm
I'll
really
reach
glad
out
I-
to you. I'll get in touch with him and I'll reach out to you and see.
Thank
Nice
you.
one. We'll speak tomorrow, mate. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Cameron. That's awesome.
Awesome.
No,
All
mental.
right.
Sorry, guys. I have a migraine, so I'm trying to
You're the wet hair lady.
yes, I'm trying to fix the migraine.
Hi, Catherine.
got a
How are
migraine.
you?
Well, firstly, Christian, thank you so much for running this Zoom because I think the law is it's a major part of this, isn't it, really? And before I talk about that, I just want to say we're in this 3D shithole, but what you're writing, it would be like the most important bestseller for
Very much
the
so.
journey of humanity. You know, you're doing it's
Mm.
amazing, honestly, what you've
Oh, bless
done,
you.
how you've worked with Christians. I just want to say thank you for that.
No,
It's
bless
helped
you.
so
Thank you,
many
mate. Nice one.
souls. Thank you, Leon.
Yeah.
Um,
Bless you. I love it. I love it. It's a pleasure to
Oh,
do.
it's
It really is. I'm
amazing.
so
You're a
grateful I even know
scribe,
it.
but you're
So,
you know, the writing, the way you piece it together and the way you narrate it, and you know,
oh, bless you.
it's the
Thank
most
you.
outstanding
Oh,
information, you know,
it's a
better than
brave
any
new
of the
world, isn't it?
books, all these
Do you
idiot, you
sometimes have a
know.
co-author? Like Kalo comes in there and puts
I
some.
reckon he writes most of it. I'm not so sure. I mean,
No, it's
yeah,
brilliant.
I
I'm
mean,
just going to say
because
that before I
yeah,
start.
I love it. It's amazing information. I'm so grateful I know it. I'm so grateful to Christian for turning up with it. I
Oh,
didn't think this would have happened. This is
what
not
a
something
team
I would
you
have
are.
ever thought
What an
about.
amazing team. You're brilliant, you know,
It works well.
and
It works well.
that
Yeah,
light is just. It's really activated. It's really fantastic.
yeah.
Um, Now, I just want to explain something. When I started my journey, I mean, I won't go too far into it, but the law, understanding the law and the capture was a major part of my growth in my journey.
Mm,
Um, you know, it's more than a capture. I mean, the enslavement has been beyond human comprehension, as you know, and what it leads to, you know, with the three pillars and the paedophilia and everything else, satanic ritual abuse. You talked about the red
mm,
shoes, all of it. It's all of there are criminal cartel, large crime
yep.
that embedded in America, Washington, D.C., the City of London, the Vatican. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the first videos that I saw, Leon, that woke me up to the enslavement of humanity was Santos Bonacci's what's it called? The
Let
Vatican owns
Christian
your
know.
soul.
I will take you, and I'll
Yeah.
take Leon.
And it
Jolly.
was outlining the actual, you know, the capture and basically how they have used us as enslaved us. Now, I'm really, really interested in the English Constitution. I've been trying to sort of plant seeds with that because obviously, you know, we come to the English Bill of Rights, we're English. Now, people call themselves British, but that is actually
Yeah.
under the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
So this is the same for every single country.
I've
It's
never had that. I've never had that. You know, when I was at school and they started calling it, when I was at school, they started calling it Britain. And I thought, well, I'm English. I've always been English. I'm not ever going to say that.
exactly.
And then you get on a form, you've got to state your ethnicity, and it never says English. And I write it in on the bottom and I'll put a box here and tick it myself. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not having that. And that's before I knew about common law. But you're right,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
It's Roman Empire stuff. I didn't
That
know
was a
that then. I
big
just
that was
rebelled
a big
against it. I didn't
shocker.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I've not paid water, council tax. I refused to have contract joinder since 22. And prior to that, obviously, like many people, people were looking at things like health and, you know, we've gone through so much, haven't we, you know, to get to where we are now, knowing that this is all being dissolved. We're seeing it
Mm,
happen, we're seeing it play out.
Yeah.
mm,
And we're at the moment, like Christian said, we're between that 4D, 3D, 4D, 1 foot in
1
5D.
foot in, 1 foot out.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1 foot in,
feels
one
very
foot
much like
out.
that. It
That's
feels
what it
very
feels
much
like
like
for
that,
me
doesn't
as
it?
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Leon is
Yeah.
2 foot out, 100%.
I wish we were. I'll tell you what, I can't
Yeah.
wait, mate. I can't wait
So
for this to
do
happen.
I.
Well, the level of
Oh,
the
I can't
scam is
wait.
just like
I really
insane
can't.
once you
Got to keep
understand
vibing, you know.
how far, and how deep. Like it's nuts how they came up with it. Like the evilness of just everything. It's insane. Like who
Oh,
are
It's
these
bizarre.
beings that
it's
I mean,
beyond,
any
they
normal
isn't it?
person, all of these poor sleepers and sheep, the first thing they're going to think of is how, why? Because the rational person, you're never going to think you're never going to think that reality was real. There's no fucking way. Who'd think that
It's
anyone
not
would
our
harm children
reality,
like
is
that?
it? It's like
It's
waking up
not.
from a
It's
dream
not.
spell, Leon. That's what it's
It's fucking
like.
bizarre. It's bizarre. It's anyone would consider harming a child for, or even someone who would worship Satan. Come on, but no, they
yeah.
fucking did. All of them did.
Yeah.
It's not something people are going to deal with, is it? It's just too far around.
The
Yeah. And then all the
empowerment.
traders, all the sellouts, selling
Exactly.
us
The
Yeah,
out.
empowerment, no fear for anybody, please, because the empowerment of understanding that we've lived in
yep,
a criminal cartel of wrong'uns in British
yeah,
terms.
yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they have, once you recognize that, when you get into joinder with them, you're actually acquiescing to their
yep,
system. And
yep,
once you realize that, then that's where you get your power. You don't feel fear because they've been ripping our intergenerationally been ripping us off basically, big time, big
yeah,
styling, you know? And
yep,
yeah, so administrative law is imposed by governments. And obviously, you know what government stands for, mind control. Again, that
yeah,
goes back to
governmentally.
the
Yeah,
Roman Empire again.
yeah,
The Fabian Society I'm talking about the UK, they're Marxist communists. Now that's been exposed by the White Hats, which is brilliant. And everybody's up in arms, but that's part of the awakening as well in Britain, because Britain is going to be one of the last ones to fall. Like what we're seeing in America, it's the same. What we're seeing play out is that mirror, isn't it? God, I've written so many notes, Leon. I've been like today, 'cause I had time today to do this. The Act of 1707, the Act of the Union, this is in the UK, needs to be null and void. Well, obviously, we're going to be fracturing out, but I think that if people, because so many of us, especially awakened souls that have come in starseeds, a lot of us had gone through realizing that the illusionary of money, that's all it is, that is what's kept us entrapped, and our souls are being freed by that acknowledgement that we've been in an inverted reality. I mean,
mm,
I don't want to waffle on, but that's how I'm trying to sort of explain it to
mm,
people that are not quite
mm,
fully there yet,
yeah,
It's imperative because the understanding of how we've been captured, obviously it
mm,
goes for everything. The governments have been corporations now. We're seeing the dissolving of that situation. You know,
yeah,
in America, that's happened, the dissolving of corporate governments. This is how they've controlled us. And I would say to anybody now, you talked about the ink. Now you've got the blue,
mm,
you've got the black, which is for the death. Obviously, they get us to sign
mm,
everything in
yeah,
black. There's a reason for that, as you know.
mm,
And
yeah,
there's also the purple ink, the red ink. The purple is for
mm,
sovereign now. I just want to read this out so that everybody feels that empowerment, what the term sovereign actually means. A sovereign is a monarch, mon one. Ruler, a single ruler, who rules only the kingdom of self. Sovereignty is a state in which one controls one's own thoughts, emotions, and actions, and by the bringing of them into unity, non-contradiction, non-duality, attaining mastery of one's own consciousness, self-control, self-mastery, self-ownership, not a slave. So do not be in fear. I've had people knock at the door. I just do not answer the door. I do not get into contract with any of them because they are
yeah.
part of
Over the
that
window, innit? Joined
Babylonian.
us the front door. Yeah, over the
Exactly.
window.
It is.
Any
No, yeah,
communication
exactly. Exactly,
through the
Leon.
window.
Anyway, I'll let somebody else
Yeah,
speak, but just it's
yeah,
such a
nice one.
major
That was
part.
interesting. I never knew that before. I knew sovereign meant something like that, but I didn't have a breakdown on it. So that's interesting.
Yeah, and to
Mm,
understand what you know, England is not Britain,
no.
and we're not UK either. How they've
Mm,
labelled us to keep us
yeah,
in disenfranchised,
it's
separatism, and keep
shocking.
us smaller than what we actually are.
Mm,
Enjoy the rest of it.
yeah,
I'm going to listen
nice
avidly.
one.
Amazing
Yeah.
Catherine,
talk.
big love.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Leon.
Catherine.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Hi. And we got Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Jude, hit the unmute thingy. Nope. You need it again? Nope, you got it.
No, I'm good. Oh, I'm
Hey,
so
hello, Jude.
sorry. I
That's
lost
all right.
focus for a sec. I was helping my girl write her I need to be house captain speech for tomorrow,
Okay.
which has nothing to do with common law.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Leon, thanks so much for I mean, do you know, all like for doing this. It's really made things clear. I'm not talking about tonight. I mean, as you've been doing it, it's really, really helped. I just wanted to come on really quickly with a tiny bit of a different perspective. So 3 years ago, I had bailiffs showing up at my door. They'd already clamped my car, and it was for a stupid parking fine, like overstaying in a car park for 5 minutes, 4 years beforehand, which they had never even told me about. But anyway, they
What?
turned up. Yeah, I know it was ridiculous because I think there's a 4 year limitation on them
Right.
collecting on those fines. So they must have gone through their books and gone, geez, we need
Oh,
some
look.
money, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they turned up at my door and they'd clamped my car, and I didn't know what to do at the time. And I paid them because I had two girls to get to school, but I
Yep.
looked the guy in the eye and I said to him, "You know that this is wrong, don't you?" And he actually said yes.
Wow.
But I still paid, right, and did it.
Yeah.
Swore that I would not. I was so angry after that.
Yeah.
And
I
I
bet.
swore that I would never do that again, right? But over
Mm-hmm.
the summer, so I read up a bit of, and I thought that I would know how to face bailiffs next time they came round. Over the
Mm.
summer, they came back to the door. Um, I'd driven in a bus lane last year for 2 seconds, right? And now it's £600. I mean, do you know, it's
Wow.
ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I opened the door and I saw who it was, I just said no thanks and closed the door, but he pushed it through the door anyway.
Yeah.
And the letter comes and it says, we'll be back this weekend. If you don't pay, it's going up another however, right? So
Yeah.
despite myself, I started to feel like I was getting anxious about it.
Yeah.
I was never going to pay this one, but I started to park around the back of my house because I didn't want my car clamped. And, I don't
Mm-hmm.
like some of you guys, honestly, I really hold my hands up to you because of the way you've described dealing with car clampings, but I wouldn't know how to deal with that.
Mm.
So after a few weeks of parking around the back, not wanting to go in my front door, I thought, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore.
Mm.
And so I stood at my door and I just imagined that bailiff coming up the path again, and I would opening the door and going up and giving him a big hug and saying, "I'm so sorry you have this job to do. I love you. Everything's going to be okay." And just like hugging him. And every time I would feel that fear, I would just imagine myself going and doing it. And they
Good for
haven't
you.
come back. And that's 4
No.
months ago.
Wow.
And then I also imagined the letters in my letterbox, only good stuff can come through here. So just
Yeah.
to say,
You've cracked it.
I'm
You've
not
hacked
I'm
it,
not
mate. Good.
saying obviously we've got to go through the motions,
Yeah.
but that was for me. And I just decided to lose fear. So I did get a rejection of a promissory note from the water board several months ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know how to follow up, so I just left it and I haven't heard anything from them.
Oh,
So
cool.
clearly they've accepted, just like you've said. So I'm just saying that to encourage other people, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
even if you don't. But I do actually have a question, Leon. Does it so my council tax for a house I had left a few years ago, they charged me council tax, and then it went to all of the courts and all of that kind of thing. And again, at the time, it frightened me. I didn't know how to
Mm-hmm.
deal with it.
Yep.
They started to take it off my universal credit. So I wanted to ask if we use a promissory note for council tax,
Mm.
can they take that money off your universal credit? Or if they do,
No. No. What? So if you pay the council tax with a promissory note, and
yeah,
they're either going to say we don't accept it, or they're going
yeah.
to accept it and not send you another bill. Very unlikely that will happen. They'll probably say we don't accept it.
So same
Most
for council tax as anything is what you're saying.
Yes, yeah, same as anything. Definitely, council
Okay.
tax is totally unlawful. They can't even charge you that. That's
Oh no,
that's just
I know
yeah.
that, yeah.
You
They
you got
just
you got all that. So when you pay that with a promissory note, You've paid it, so they can't take, because if they're taking money out of your benefits because of it, then
That
they've
was
not
three
accepted
years
it.
ago.
And are
They
they
did
still
it.
taking money?
No, so they did it 3 years ago until the fine or whatever it was cleared. So that's just my question. I'm perfectly happy to do that for council tax again, do a promissory note,
Mm,
but
mm.
they did take it out of benefits. My other question is, what's to stop the council? I mean, what's to stop Universal Credit paying me with a promissory note, paying my Universal Credit with a promissory note?
Um, because you wouldn't be, well, they wouldn't be able to do that because they wouldn't be able, you wouldn't be able to, you see, because the public aren't really meant to be able to do this sort of thing, you wouldn't have anywhere to cash it. It's like if you
Okay.
went into a shop to buy a cardigan or a jacket, they wouldn't be able to, technically, yes, they can accept it. Like if you knew a car dealer or if you knew a mortgage broker and you knew them and you went to school and you was mates and you both knew all of this and you could say, come on, mate, do us a favor, let me buy a car. He could do that. They could do that.
Okay.
It would be something that could happen if they owned the dealership and you wanted to buy a Ferrari. That is so possible, but you would never just turn up and buy one. You'd have to have it issued from, like I was saying to who was it before? Where you'd have to create a trust
Yeah, you did.
and
Yeah.
then create
That
a
was
company
Cameron.
number and then get the, yeah, Cameron. And then
Yeah.
you'd have to send the payment would have to go from the bank. You could possibly do it that way. Um, but yeah, if they're yeah, just pay it
They
again.
would,
Just pay it.
they can't do that.
No, just pay it with pay everything, every bill, pay it with promissory note. And
I
and then
no, sorry, go.
no, that's all right. I was going to say, because they'll either accept it, well, they'll either not write back to you and they won't send you a bill next month. That
Yeah,
might happen. That's like a
yeah.
small percentage that might happen. They might send you a receipt, or they might say we don't accept it. But then once they said they don't accept it, what I'll
They've
do,
accepted
I've
it.
just done myself, I've just done myself a letter recently. Um, what I've gone to town on it. And like I say, my way is a bit unorthodox. Often people, I'll put it in as a PDF and a Word document, because then people can change it or copy bits out of it. Like I put a lot of, there's Lord Denning's quote, there's Halsbury's Law's quote about administrative courts, and these are all really useful things to put in reply when you're writing back about a promissory note or about a speeding fine or about whatever. These are all handy paragraphs that you can stick into whatever you're
Okay.
writing that's relevant to your stuff. But if they're still taking, for instance, if they were still taking money from your benefits or whatever, then they can't. Not if you paid with a promissory note. You have to reiterate. Listen,
Okay.
you need to return that. Yeah, you need to whatever the money they've taken, return that right now because I've paid, and then
Okay.
ask them for a receipt. Say, listen, when you pay with a promissory note, always ask for a receipt, and ask for a receipt within 14 days. Just say, listen, I'll pay
Okay.
with a promissory note as is standard procedure in the year 2025. That's what I normally say, something like that. Please send me a receipt within 14 days.
And
Of,
Leon, do you do that? Like, do you write all of the extra stuff at the time you
yep,
send it? You don't
yeah,
even bother waiting for them to come back and say we're not having this.
no, no,
You
no,
you
no,
you send it
no.
all with the promissory note so that yeah, okay, that covers all
Normally, I
bases.
write the letter with it, a covering letter that explains why this is cash. It
Yeah,
explains
okay,
about
thank you.
everything. I go to town on it.
Okay.
It depends on who it's to. Um, if it's something legal, I would go into Satanism, red shoes, and all that as well. If it's something to do with legal or anything to do with like that, or even banking. Do you know
Yeah.
what? I wrote a letter for someone the other week to NatWest, and I thought, right, cunts, because they'd stitched someone up, a mate of mine, I think. I can't even remember who it was. I've written a lot of letters lately, but I thought, do you know what? I'm going to start the letter off, and I had a look at all of the NatWest chairman, and they were all Lord Sir Dane. Lord
Yeah.
Sir Dane, Lord Sir Dane,
Yep.
Lord Sir Dane. So I started off with, listen, you might want to, what was it? Can't remember what this. Oh yes, no, I know who it was now. I won't say. But I started the letter off like that. Listen, all your chairmen and CEOs, you're holding this money, and all your chairmen and CEOs.
What? I muted them.
Oh, okay. What was I saying?
You were saying about all the chairmen and CEOs who
Oh,
are
that's
dating
right. Yeah, all the
people. Yeah.
chairmen and CEOs are all child killers. Well, you know what I mean. Have a look at the empty offices. But this is to the person. It was about they were withholding someone's funds. Um, Not a massive amount, but they were being dickheads about it. And I just went to absolute town on about 2 letters and just called them all out on Satanism and red shoes and martial law. And then we got onto and where's the money? at the end of it, like at the end of 2 letters of 2 pages. Because when people read that in a position of like they don't know what's going on, they know there's empty offices everywhere. They've all got empty offices. Whatever you're in, you've got empty offices. Whether that's religion, nursing, healthcare, you name it. Education. There's a lot of empty space, and no one really knows why. And I think they're starting to work it out. So when you hit them with all that, the person that was just about to give you a really hard time because you owe £39.99 and they're threatening you with whatever. When you tell them about that, and then you go into detail, well, you might have had a second shot. Well, you're going to be a bit gutted. Yeah, it depends how angry you are, but don't fear. This is what definitely do not be in fear.
Yeah,
This is
I
now a time
agree.
to be empowered
Yeah.
and give it to them.
I totally second that. It's
Yeah.
absolutely but fear or anger. Anger is what came up with for me again this summer. I was just so pissed off that they would like. But yeah. I mean, I send promissory notes for everything.
Yeah, good for you. Brilliant.
Fines, I don't get anything back from. The council tax, I was a tiny bit wary of doing, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, good for
all of
you.
it, yeah. Okay. All right. Cheers, Leon. That really helps. Thanks so much.
Nice
Did
one. Nice one, Jim.
you said that you'll send something as a PDF? Were you going to post that somewhere that we
I
could
can post
use
it.
or
Maybe I
not?
can post it on my Facebook or I'll put it on a Telegram. I
Thank you.
can't do it tonight, but I'll do it
No,
at some point in the
awesome.
next day or two.
Yeah.
And I use these will be paragraphs that some I might have written, but it applies to a lot of different things. But they're really useful. So
Yeah, no,
instead
sure,
of
but
having to write out all that and research it, you
yeah,
just copy and paste it out of a Word doc.
yeah.
I don't know if I can post the Word doc on. I don't think I can post the Word doc on Facebook, but I can on
You can on Telegram.
Telegram, can't I?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll send
yeah.
it as a PDF, and because then everyone can print it out easy, and I'll send it as a Word doc, and then
All
just
right.
open it in Word and change whatever, and make it fit
Yeah.
your. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
awesome.
best
Thanks
to a
so
template I
much.
can offer.
Yeah,
Because
no, thank
everything's
you.
sort of you know how it is. It's all kind of specific to the person's requirements. But I
Yeah,
always
but
use
we
the
all smart like that. We can all figure it out. We can
Yeah, that's it.
change it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Thanks so
Okay.
much, and
All
to
right.
everyone on here tonight. And Kirsten, thanks for doing this and hosting it.
Nice
I have
one.
to go and get my girls to bed because it's a new school term, but I really appreciate it. Lots of love to you
Nice
all.
one. Big love.
Love.
Okay, bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
darling.
You got to give him the mic, if I'm saying that right. Give him
Susanna, hello, darling. How are you?
Keith.
Hi, hello, Gary.
Hey, how
Hello,
are you?
Gary, Leon, Kirsten. Thank
Good to
you.
see you.
Good to see
Hello,
you.
buddy.
Thank
How
you,
are you?
man.
Okay. You all right, bro?
I'm great. Thank you, mate. I'm great. I'm
Nice.
great, man.
Yeah,
I'm so,
Keith was
know.
booted and he called his mate with the grinder.
Okay.
Come on over to get the.
Thank you, guys. Thanks ever so much. Thank you for everything. Kirsten, I hope your migraine goes soon.
Thank you.
Leon, thank you ever so much for doing this tonight. You know, it's
Oh, no worries,
it's a
man.
blessing. It's a blessing for all of us. And I'm
Oh,
sitting
bless
here
you.
with
No
a
worries.
pile of letters.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of these are all fines that
Are they? Well, listen, when they
uh,
send you a bill, I just saw an envelope, I saw a window on there. So whatever that bill is, put two
all
blue
of
lines through the front, all of them. Right, put two blue, because Frank Windowed Mail is internal post only. A business can't write to you asking for money and put a window and not put a stamp on it because it's not lawful post. So straight
Okay.
away they can get that back and then write to you properly if they want any money. That's what I
Right.
do.
Because I mean, a lot of them I think are fines. I've got British gas there. I've got my council tax. I've just
Oh, promissory note then.
2 months ago I stopped my mortgage direct debit. I have
Yeah.
a car loan that I'm going to stop, but I wanted to talk to you first before I nail that. Because I think they've hit me hard on that. They took me to the cleaners on that bloody thing.
Did
So
they?
I really wanna get to the bottom of that and give them the promissory note on that, because like Jude was saying, and like any others are saying, and Cameron in particular as well, the whole crux is getting over the fear, and I'm done with that. As
That's
I
it. That's
explained
it,
to
mate.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at peace, man, and that's largely thanks to you, the Soul family, Christian, and everyone, man. It's absolutely
Peace of mind.
magical. You know, I
Yeah.
am in a place where nothing else matters, mate. Nothing
You know, and
matters.
that's it.
Yes,
Checked out, proper checked
yes.
out.
So,
Right. Would you, for the
uh,
car, would you have to get them to send you out like a final, statement or whatever with the amount, and then,
Yeah,
that's what
they're
I wanted
probably,
to
does that
ask.
sound right?
yeah,
That's what I wanted to
I
ask.
would, yeah. I mean, you could you could probably try it one of two ways. You could either just pay monthly with when they send you a monthly bill, or if they send you, you might miss a bill. You see, with when people are doing a house, I say miss a bill on purpose, miss a mortgage payment, and then they'll write to you saying, oh, you've missed a mortgage payment. Then use that letter, go in there with it, or write to them. Better to go in there with it, and uh, and say, good point. Right now, I need to see the original document that when I signed for this mortgage. Yeah, I need to see the original document because there is a little law here which they're a bit fucked. They're a bit fucked because when you sign your mortgage within 3 months, then paperwork, the original document, has gone to Venice. Yeah. And it's put in deep storage in Venice and it can't ever leave. Now, you've got a lawful right to ask for that document to be presented to you within 28 days if you want to see it. And they'll say to you in the bank, oh, I've got a photocopy. We've got a photocopy here. Or we've got on the screen, we can show you. And you can say, no, no, no. Then you give them 28 days to get that document or the mortgage is null and void. That's one little
Right.
trick for someone that you can try that. I don't know how
Because
successful people may or may not find that, but
I stopped my mortgage and I was waiting for, because I heard you speak of this before, and I was waiting for this letter that I thought will have this barcode thing and all that. Then I thought I'll come back to you all and ask for your assistance there. And then all they done was send me a statement of my whole mortgage to
yeah,
date on
yes,
what I've
yeah,
paid.
fuckers.
And
Yeah,
that's all they sent me.
and they avoided saying, look, you owe us X. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. So I
yeah.
didn't know what to do next on that then.
Mm. You see, you could turn every time they write to you saying that, well, if they're only going to send you a statement, if
Yes.
they're not written to you saying, Keith, you owe us, if they've not sent you a letter,
No, no, nothing.
how strange. Right, okay, so,
Very strange.
mm,
The funny thing is, Leon, I just feel so peaceful at it.
I'm just thinking, maybe.
Instinctively, I'm just thinking, this thing is not going anywhere. I don't know why.
Have they not written to you? They've not even written to you about anything.
All they done was send me a statement saying your mortgage, this is your statement for your mortgage to date, and that's it.
Oh,
But
well,
no
worrying.
bottom line figures, no you owe us,
Okay, well,
nothing.
I won't worry about it, mate. I'll just ignore them. I don't,
Yes.
and until they write to you saying, "Oh, look, Mr. Keith, you owe us. You might have forgot, mate, but you haven't paid your mortgage for 3 months."
Yeah.
Then use that, turn that into a promissory note, because unless you want to sell your house quickly, once
Yes.
you've done that, you're now in a legal, you're in a lawful argument now because you're saying you're paid and they're saying you haven't, and that's going to
Yes.
go on for ages. They can't win in court, you see, so they can never take you to court for it because they're going to
Right.
lose. $1,000,000% they're going to lose. And in the UK, they're going to lose because
Yes.
we've got the law. We all know what it is, and it works here. Yeah.
Right.
So there's nothing they can do about it. So I would say that's a bonus, and maybe you've got white hats sitting on one of your shoulders, helping you out there. I
Brilliant.
don't know how that works, but if they've not mentioned it and they've not written to you saying you owe them money, brilliant.
Mhm. Yeah,
Don't write to
brilliant.
them. Don't contact them.
Great. So in the case of the car loan, should I just stop the direct debit?
Have you got a letter from the car loan company? Have you missed a payment or
No, I can't. No, I've never. I can write to them and ask them to please give me uh, um, uh, uh,
a final? Yeah, can you
a final
just say to
payment
them, listen,
settlement.
I'm just sorting my accounts out for this year, and I need a final figure from you. Can you just write to me, tell me a final settlement figure, what I owe you, and then I can
I'll do
get my
that.
account sorted. Yeah, and then when they write that, that's the promissory note. Boom, tracked and signed
Brilliant.
for, as you know. Yeah,
That's your
because
PDF
once
you're
they've had,
gonna post.
I'll post up.
Nice one.
Yeah,
Nice one,
yeah.
man.
So once they've got that, they've been paid in cash. That's it. That's it.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
the only time that won't work is when people back down and go, "Oh, right." If they say, "Well, look," if they say on the second letter, "Look, we don't take that. Sorry,
Yes.
Mr. Keith, you've got to pay us." Then just hit them with a load more common law stuff. They can't take you to court. There's nothing they can do about it because they're going to lose,
Fantastic.
and they know that. Their legal team will know they're going to lose. I mean, it's no
And
point.
and these tickets that I got, speeding tickets, bus lanes, all of them have been M25 everywhere. I don't take any notice of any of them, and I really I will never cave in. They can take the lot from me. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
They give a shit no more.
I can end up under
Internet is
Battersea.
checked out. Woo!
Yeah. So do I sort of return to sender with them? Is that what you're saying?
um, what for the car? I would, or the
No,
speeding
not for the
tickets.
car, for the
Like
fines.
speeding and yeah.
Those speeding
Oh,
and
right, yeah, because like there's more than one way to skin a cat. So you could I wouldn't ignore them. Don't ignore the speeding ticket.
because
I
I've
would
been
write.
ignoring all of them. I've been
Okay,
ignoring all of
I
them.
would write back. Because that's your bit of pushing back. You could just ignore it, and maybe something might happen. But I would write back every time, because tacit acquiescence. If
I
you
had I
you if
had the
you agree by
bailiffs.
your silence, yeah.
Oh, I had the bailiffs come here on a ticket where I hit a yellow box in Westminster, and of course
Mm,
they wanted me. I mean, I jammed brakes for a lady that stepped off the pavement on a Friday evening. She must have been tipsy, and I could have hit
mm,
her with my car.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I was grateful I stopped, but they saw me stop in this yellow box. They give me this ticket,
Oh,
and
what?
so I I I knew straight away, and I didn't even open it until today because I knew what it was. But
Yeah,
I spoke to them and I told them, and they said to me, "That's my problem." So I thought, no, if you want me to knock somebody, and I must have the conscience of harming somebody so I can avoid getting a ticket from you. So I thought hell will freeze over before I pay that fine. And I refused. The bailiffs came here. They've been trying to get 300 and some odd pound from me. It's gone up to. And so they done all their business threatening me and then they phoning
yeah,
me and this and that. But I just ignored the lot. They came,
yeah,
they clamped my car and I cut the clamps off and put them in the bin,
yeah.
and I haven't heard from them since. They said they're going to come and tow my car. So I just thought, well, let you all do it, and I'll sue the bailiffs. So yeah, hello, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
was from being in a box, parking in a box. So when you
I
get
just
things
jam
like that,
brakes in a
right?
yellow box. Just jam brakes in a yellow box to
Yeah.
prevent myself
That
hitting.
would be like the 1988 Road Traffic Act or something. That would be,
Right.
so like whatever they're gonna look at, what they whatever the charge is, because
Yeah.
that would be, I'm sure parking in one of them silly boxes is going to be the 1998 Road Traffic Act or whatever it's called.
Right.
So then you use what I was saying about uh, treason. That's aiding and abetting in the Treasonous Act, because after the 1st of January 1973, every act, statute, or
Yes.
policy is null and void.
Yes.
And to uphold it is an act of aiding and abetting in a treasonous act and
Okay.
trying to obtain money by deception. Now,
Right.
when a magistrate or whoever hears you or sees a letter where you are like quoting that, he's
Yeah.
going to think, I ain't having back and him stand in front of me. No chance.
Right.
Don't write to him. Just ignore him. Ignore that
Good.
one. That's what happens. They won't want you. You won't want nothing to do with
Good.
it. So don't necessarily ignore things like that.
Okay.
Because the Traffic Act, like I say, any act, statute, or policy, any or all of them after the 1st of January 1973
Yes.
is high treason, and to
Right.
uphold that
Right.
is aiding and abetting in a treasonous
But
act.
but
That's
you
still
know what? I
punishable
mean,
by death.
I don't know whether I'm being silly, Leon, but honestly, I don't know. I've been so since I've been with you guys, I've gone deep inside myself spiritually, and my instincts are so much more sharper than they ever were, you know. And so it's not wishful
Yeah,
thinking. I feel so strongly because I've walked around Whitehall, I've walked around everywhere looking around the city of London. Everywhere's empty. And even in my business area in the West End, all the police stations, everything is empty. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, there's nobody coming.
yeah,
Christian is right.
yeah,
Christian
yeah,
is right. There's no one
yeah,
coming.
yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
it's all
and
fucking empty. Tumbleweed.
yeah. I had the a company called LLC write to me, and they were chasing me on behalf of the HMS Revenue for 2.5 grand, saying my company didn't pay the PAYE. I got a small club in Mayfair, and I didn't pay the PAYE for some time, so which was not true. I knew I'd always been paying that. So I end up, they were writing to me, and I was just ignoring it. No one is coming. So they end up writing to my accountants. My accountants contact me. The guy's all panicky and this type of thing. So I said, okay, I'll call them. So I called them on Friday and I said to them, what's this thing? You've got this LLC debt collectors chasing me, my business for nearly a £2,300 claim. And they turned and I said, so the lady said, let me see. So she goes for 15 minutes. She comes back. She says to me, I said, what is outstanding that I owe you all? She said, you got £1.82. I said, £1.82. I said, okay, can I pay that quickly? So she says to me, well, don't worry about it because we're not going to bother too much with that. I said, no, that'll go into grands in a short while. So let me give you the £1.82 over the line. So then she takes that. Then I said to her, now tell me, why am I sitting with a debt collector's letter saying that I owe this? Let me look at that. Gone for 15 minutes. I'm holding. She comes back. She says to me, there's nothing. We got no record of you having anything else outstanding. So I said, well, who are these people writing to me? And they've been giving me texts, they've been giving me letters, they've been giving me, where did they get this figure from? So I'm thinking to myself, it looks like someone in the office that may be on the just higher realms knows the scam and they're going to their mates, yeah, you go, son, there's someone who will just pay,
Yeah.
don't collect that for us. And if he
Yeah.
collects it, they all carve it up for themselves, I think. You think
Yeah.
that's possible?
Yeah, well possible. There's a lot of, you've got fraudulent companies as well. I mean, years ago, do you remember when faxing and all that was about, like 15, 20 years ago, 20 years ago? I mean, there was companies that was billing big companies that get bills in all the time, and they just go into
Yes.
the accounts department, they get paid. And people are putting like 20,
Wow.
30 grand bills into big companies, and they're just getting
Wow.
paid. Yeah, there was a big thing about that was about 20 years
That
ago
makes
now. But
sense, Leon.
so you've got
That
unlawful
makes
bailiffs, and they're all unlawful, but
wow.
they can buy a license. They can go and buy a license and become,
Yeah.
they can do a security
Yeah.
course, and you've got all of a sudden you're a bailiff. You can go
Wow.
and
Wow.
collect money on behalf of an administrative court, and that
Yeah.
it's all fraud. The whole thing's
Amazing.
fraud. But
Leon,
the
I
thing
won't.
is, the important thing I was going to say is don't ignore stuff because, like I say before, tacit acquiescence. You agree by your silence.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
always get the letter, open it, read it, and then
Yes.
find the fraud in it. I'll
Okay.
even, when I put this PDF up, I'll even put on there how to spot the fraud, like your name in block capitals, or
Ah,
what the
brilliant.
certain things are. If I can
Brilliant.
make it like legible, you know what I mean? But
Brilliant. Thank you.
yeah, no
So the
worries.
fines
Nice
and
one.
that I should open and address them.
I would. I'd
Okay.
open everything.
I'll do
Unless
that.
you know something's turning up and it's probably going to be really bad.
I'll do that,
It depends
Leon.
what mood you're in. Sometimes I
I'll
put
do
two
that,
lines
mate.
through it. Sometimes I might just write back. But it's
I'll do
definitely
that,
fraud.
mate.
It's fraud.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate. Leon,
nice
thank you
one.
for this evening. Thank you for your
Oh, bless you.
time.
No
Thank
worries.
you. I
Anytime, mate.
hope, and fair dues to Cameron. What a lovely thing he's offered to do for you all.
Yeah.
Great respect.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
lovely
that's
guy.
amazing.
What a
Wow,
lovely
man.
guy.
Yeah,
Great man. Cameron,
yeah,
that is well received, brother. I want to say to you,
definitely,
Cameron,
definitely.
beautiful, beautiful thought, Cameron. Well done. Lots
Mm,
of love, man. Love to
Love to
you,
see that happen.
Kirsten,
nice
Gam,
Love
one,
you,
Keith.
Keith.
and
Big love, man.
Lo, everybody. I love you all dearly. I really appreciate you. God bless you, man. I'm not God bless
Oh,
you.
No,
My
yeah.
blessings on
E.T.
you.
bless.
I got to come away from the Catholics, got me hooked.
Big
All
love to
right.
you, Keith.
Bye, Keith.
Nice, Keith.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Lo because she's been waiting patiently.
Hi guys,
Hello,
Hello,
Lo.
darling. How you doing, love?
I'm good, Leon. How are you? You good? Thank you for doing this, by the way. This is great help for all of us. So I really
Yeah,
appreciate you
no
doing
worries.
this.
No worries, mate. No
Um,
worries. Loads of people have got questions. Yeah. I
yeah,
just want to help everyone. Let's all push back at once and let's fucking go
Yeah.
home.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. We're so
Yes.
ready to go.
Mm,
So I have a couple of questions. I have a debt from like 10, 12 years ago. So first of all, they shouldn't even be chasing me because the bank wrote it off
yeah.
and the debt collectors have it. So they don't have my address. All they have is my phone number. And every time I get a
Yeah.
phone call, I just
Don't worry
block.
about that.
Block.
See, what's happened is
But
your
mhm,
details have been sold on because after 7 years, there's fucking nothing anyone can do about it anyway. So they've probably
exactly.
bought your name and address with another 10,000 people for £1 each, and they're trying their
Yeah,
luck. Block
yes.
them.
And
They've
I
got
just
no leg
ignore
to
them and I
stand on.
block.
Yeah, just
So my
ignore them,
question was,
dickheads.
should
Yeah.
I send them a promissory note? Because I don't have anything, like they don't have my address, it's just my phone
No,
number.
no,
So I
don't
don't
send
even
them
engage
nothing.
because that
No,
would be
no,
joinder.
no joinder, no joinder. Yeah, because we both know that that's a complete load of bollocks. 10 years
Yeah.
ago, fuck that.
Yeah,
The bank
I know, that's why
aren't
I'm
even
like,
interested. That's it.
not paying
So
that.
if you contact them, then there's joinder, and then that's just ball ache.
Yeah.
I would just totally
Okay.
ignore them. Yeah,
Keep
don't worry
ignoring.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah, ignore
Okay.
them.
The other question I've got is with electricity over here, it's a bit different to America and probably the same as the UK. So you can have one provider and then you can switch and you can switch. So I was playing them at their own game. I was getting the electricity, getting the bills in, letting them build up, and then I would pull and then go to the next electricity company.
Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah,
play your
yeah.
own game, you know? Anyway, so one of them has also been passed over to the same debt collector that's managing this debt from 10 years ago. So
Okay.
again,
You're
everything
well
comes,
known there.
yeah, they're like, oh, there's that Lolo again. So I'm just playing them back. You know, it's like once you understand the system, you play it back. So my question is with the electricity, so I've now switched providers. It's not in my name anymore, it's in Marty's name, so that's fine. I don't have to worry about it. But I don't have anything coming to the house in an envelope and a bill. It comes, or it was coming via email. So again, my question would be, do I print something like that off that they send me and then put it in some kind of envelope as a promissory note and return it? Or
Good
do I just
question.
leave
Good,
that too?
yeah,
Because,
good question. Because some you get that paperless billing. Now, I always
yeah.
recommend people ring up and say, "Listen, I'm having trouble with my computer. I haven't got access to email. Can you
Mm,
just send me that in the post, please?" You want it in the post,
okay.
really, because then
Yeah,
they've committed,
okay.
and yeah, because they're
Yes,
going to do fraud straight away. Because it will probably turn up in a window, frank
yes.
window for a start. Then
Okay.
your name will be in block capitals. They can't do all that in an email. It don't carry no weight in court.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But a
Where
question,
possible,
if it's
maybe
in someone
that would
else's
work.
name though, if it's in someone else's name though, she can't sign
But
it
it's
though,
always
can
been
she?
in my name. I've only just changed, like I put it in Marty's name a few weeks ago and I just started with a brand new provider and I'm like, there you go, it's now your problem. It's not in my name anymore. So Marty now manages
Yeah.
the electricity.
Right, but it's in
Mm.
Marty's name though. Can Lowe
Only
do
now,
the
but no, the
promissory note?
existing ones were all in my name. I've managed all the bills up till recently and I'm like, I'm checking out completely. So you can now have
Yeah.
everything in your name.
Yeah. So
So
what have they? Do you owe money on the electricity company? You owe, right?
yeah,
So and they've
I
got
got
your
1 month
name.
of $1,000. That's how much they're charging over here. 1
A
month's
fucking grand a
electricity.
month. Fuck,
Yep.
really?
I used to pay
Wow.
$300 a quarter, and now 1 month was 1,000, and that's when I decided I'm out.
So how old is this debt? Recent.
Oh, recent, yeah, like in the
Okay.
last 3
So and
months,
and how much do you owe them roughly? Is it
eleven
a
hundred
grand or
dollars for 1 month.
right? I would send it and then writing to you at your address where you live. I'd send them a promissory note.
Okay, again, this is
Mm.
email, so if I contact them and say, can you send me by
Yeah.
post the full
Yeah.
amount and give them
I'd ring
to
them
give
up.
it to the mountain?
Yeah, I'd ring them up as it's run. It's a live sort of thing. I'd ring them up and say, listen, I've got no computer. I can't afford to get another one. Just
Post it to me.
can you send me what I owe you, and I'll get that account settled straight away. Sorry for the delay,
Okay,
but I ain't got
perfect.
access to my email anymore, and I'm not going to
Yeah,
till Christmas or whatever. Yeah,
yeah,
anything. Just get them to write to you.
2027.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Okay.
you know
Yeah,
what? It might work. It might work. It might not. I've never thought about it, but I
Mm.
always try and get a letter
That's fine. I
because
can do
then
that.
it's yeah.
They tried to switch over here in Australia from paper to electronic to make
Yeah,
it easier.
I
So
know.
that's
That's
maybe a way
another.
that
You
they're
see,
trying
yeah,
to.
when they do away with all that, they make it harder and harder and harder.
I know.
Now,
I
companies,
know.
I've just had this with 11 Labs, text to speech. They've knocked us again, 300 quid. The fucking bastards have done my head in.
I
But you
know.
can't ring no one. There's no one on the
Mhm.
phone. You've got to,
Yeah.
it's just
for
unreal.
Rachel, Rachel's expensive.
Rachel,
We love
mate,
Rachel.
I'll tell you, 11 Labs, I'm very upset with 11 Labs. Very upset. We had a row. I said, listen, if I go to Tesco's and buy a load of fucking food and come home and put it in the fridge, are you telling me that Tesco's can come round middle of the week? Because they took all my credits. They took my credits because I didn't use them. I'm like, I bought them fucking credits. You bastards! I fucking paid for them credits.
Yeah.
They said
Yeah.
no, but you've got to carry on the subscription, otherwise you've. I'm
It's
like,
so
what? You're going to come and
fucked, the
take
whole
my
system, isn't it?
fucking beans as well? I couldn't believe it. I was
Man.
livid.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All
yeah,
this for
that's
Rachel.
shocking.
She's very
I
pricey.
know. She's fucking ill.
Poor Rachel.
So is it
Oh.
on a debit? Is it on a debit, Leon?
They took the money out off the card. They just took it out the bank. I couldn't believe it. The subscription.
Right, so you
is
can
the-
cancel the card or cancel the
And
you
I've
know.
done that already.
Or
That's well
dispute it.
cancelled because they'll do it again next month, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they took
When it's
this
connected.
time they took the money. So listen, right? But their own law, their own code, they say if you don't pay, your subscription's automatically cancelled when we can't take the money. And obviously the money wasn't in there, and then so it's cancelled. Now, last time that happened, that was fine, but this time it happened. I moaned. I said, "Listen, that's not fair." I said, "Come on, guys." I said, "Oh, come on, we're not a massive company. We need this service, and I'm paid for these credits." And they wouldn't have it, and they were a bit sarcastic. And then I said about Tesco's, and if he was, I said, "Oh, you're just scammers." And then what they done is they went and took the money and didn't even give me any credits. And I'm like, "Wow, you've just done me again," because I moaned. I'm like, "You can't even complain because they're going to stitch you up when you complain."
No,
So I
I know.
cancelled the card. Oh, but that's how
That's so
companies want to do
annoying.
it all now. It's all paperless. So there's no one on the phone. You got to
Yeah.
wait
You can't
hours
get
if you want to get through
anybody.
to anyone.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got one last question for you, Leon. So if you're renting, so we rent and not got a mortgage over here, so we can't really do the promissory note because there's a real estate and a landlord and all of that. Is
Yep.
that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
It's
we
going to
just
be
have to
very
keep.
difficult. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
No.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
thought I'd chance it and think, is there a way we
Yeah.
can get out of paying rent as well?
If it was
But
like council rent, technically, if you was renting from the council, you could do it to them.
yeah,
But
no,
you won't
I'm
be
not
able to do it
landlord.
with a private tenant, a private
Yeah, no, I thought
no,
that. Yeah.
no.
All
I was
right,
all
that's all
in on the
good.
promissory, everything.
Yeah, I'm like, what else can I send them? What else? I'm totally checked out. I'm over it all. Let's go home. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love you, Leon. Love you all.
Well, I
Have a
love you too, Lo.
Love you,
fantastic
Lo.
Thank you as
Mwah.
well.
You're
Loving
doing
your
an amazing
TikTok
job.
stuff. Loving your TikTok
Oh,
stuff,
thank
mate.
you.
Brilliant.
Mwah.
Big
See you,
love.
Kiki. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, mate.
Where did he go? Randy. Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Randy.
Randy.
how's it going?
There he is. Hello, mate.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Oh,
Talk to us, Randy.
I've been listening. I've been getting all this good information. Leon. Oh,
Hello, bro.
so you're gonna put that letter on the channel?
Yeah. I'll put it on the Telegram channel and I'll see if I can get it on Facebook, but I won't be able to put a Word doc on Facebook. I can put the text, but it won't have it formatted right. But I can do a PDF, I think.
Yeah,
But
I
I'll
think-
put that on Telegram, definitely.
I think that's what I need. I need to send them that letter.
Yeah,
No.
I haven't done that for you, mate, yet. 'Cause I've been with Christian. I only got back just about an hour before the show. So I've been driving for
Yeah.
3 hours today. But I will get that done in the next couple of days for you, mate. And what I'll put on that, when I put that text file, that will have, there'll be big spaces. It won't be one flowing letter. There'll be that block. And you'll be able to, when you see it, you'll be able to work out where you'd want to put that in your letter. Because if it's to do with Lord Denning, it will be the promissory note bit. Like I say, when I say, look, when I write to him, I say, look, I'm paying with the promissory note as is standard procedure in 2025. I just say that. And please send me a receipt within 14 days. And then I say at the bottom, I'll put Lord Denning's quote. This is why it's cash. So no one can argue with it because that gives them less of an opportunity to refuse it straight away. Because instead of saying, no, we don't accept that straight away, they've got to think about it. Someone's got to read it. And see, the law is the law. That's the thing, And like I say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. And that applies to them. Now, the fact that all the public are starting to find out about the real law, well, yeah. So many people are sending promissory notes in. Hey?
Once I fill it out, do it out, get it all set. Can I show it to you before I send it off?
Yeah.
show it to you before I send it off. Make sure I did
Yeah,
it
I
right.
saw the last one you done. That last promissory note, mate, was spot on. That's perfect. How you done that last time? That's perfect.
Okay. I got a couple more questions.
Mm.
I got a couple of letters from attorneys that are trying to sue me over credit cards. I quit paying some credit cards, but I sent a promissory note, but I didn't send them with tracking. I didn't track it. That's part.
Yeah, you need to track it because you need to refer to it in the second and third letter because there
Yeah.
might
Okay.
well be 2 or 3
Okay.
letters. Yeah, normally
Yeah.
there'll be 3.
I got to resend them with the tracker. So and I'll send them with. I will send them with the letter too. Uh, uh, the IRS. Uh, they 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 sent me a letter. Uh, First they sent me a letter saying I owed them $20,000. Then they sent me a letter said that uh that like I didn't know them no more. So I think the promissory note worked with them.
Say
And
that again. They accepted it.
I think they accepted the IRS. I think accepted the promissory note.
Nice. The IRS. That's nice if they did. Yeah. If they don't write back to you, see, the places like that probably won't give you a receipt, but hopefully they'll never write to you again.
Well, they wrote
I
back.
got.
They wrote back and said that I owed them, but then they wrote back again and said uh we'll we'll discuss it. We'll discuss payment arrangement. All right, we'll discuss something, but it acted like they were. I didn't own nothing anymore. Is the way they worded it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Also, 1776 law.
Mm-hmm.
Does the promissory note, does that help with the promissory note, the 1776 law?
That's a good question as well. Yeah, that's a good question. Does it help?
With the globally being under 76 law,
To be honest, yeah, it probably does now. Only now because we've got a white hat situation where there's no bad people. There's only sub-level minions. So now it probably would help. To be honest, maybe. I wouldn't have thought it would have much bearing before this happened. But yeah, it's common constitutional law. This is common law. It's promissory notes are how money is. It's how the government create money. For fuck's sake, it's how they do it. So they can't moan at us for doing it. Because it's law. This is the thing. And only people saying we don't accept it or people's naivety, people that work, like I say, in banks or wherever, when you people that like I had to serve my benefits agency a couple of years ago a cease and desist because they said I've got really bad, my ankle's fucked, right? And after I've walked about 10 meters, I'm in a lot of pain. And it's been like that for quite a while, yeah. Since like I've had a damaged ankle since 2012. But it was functional in 2018, but after 2018 it got really bad. But they said I had 9 surgeons. My doctor, after I'd seen 9 different surgeons over a period of about 5 years, the benefits agency on a phone call said, "No, you're fine to work. You can just go and work. There's no reason you can't work." Because I was putting sick notes in from my doctor. For about a year because it was actually fucked and I couldn't walk on it, and they refused it. And I thought, well, all I can do is send a cease and desist. But it sent shockwaves through the benefit agency. They were so adamant that they weren't going to give me no money. And then I put a cease and desist on the bloke on my benefits advisor, Nelson, his name was. I said, listen, mate, I'm really sorry to tell you, but you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. I went in there and saw him and I typed out a notice and I called it a notice of impending action or something like that. I called it. And I just said to him basically what I've just told you. Like, I've got 9 surgeons that tell me I can't work, and you're telling me that I can. So if you don't change your opinion, you've got 14 days to change your mind, or I'll give you a cease and desist. It was just a nice letter, and I explained it nicely, and he looked at it and laughed, and he threw it back at me. I said, "No, you'll need that, mate." I said, "This is getting serious now." When he laughed at me, he smiled and smirked, and he threw it back at me over the table. Like, "Oh, you can keep that." And I said, "No, you're going to need that. Take that in there, show your boss." I said, "And in 14 days," and he didn't change his decision. So 14 days later, it took me about 18 hours because I'd never done one before. I wrote a cease and desist. It was epic. And I got a phone call a week later from his manager. "Oh, Mr. Sinclair, we're so sorry for any stress and anguish caused," because I was putting it right on him. I wanted 260 grand. I said, "I'll be having your house." I said, "Your missus, what is she going to do when she comes home to find out that you've just mugged yourself off and now she ain't going on holiday this year and you're going to sell the house to pay Leon Sinclair because you mugged him off?" And then it was totally all right, and they reinstated it all. I haven't claimed now. I claimed for 2 years, but since I moved out of my house back then. But it works because people don't know what a cease and desist is. So generally they don't. You might. No, yeah. It's if someone's if someone's breaching your peace or someone's upsetting you, and they're not, and it's upsetting you. It could be anything. It could be a peeping Tom, or it could be someone holding your wages. It could be the government doing something. What you do, a cease and desist in Chancery Court, puts the onus. The person can't hide behind their employer. So a police officer can't hide behind the police force. A benefits agency worker can't hide behind the benefits agency, just doing my job, because it's put that person on the spot. Now, because that person, I said to Nelson, I can only write this for you, mate. I said, I need to go through you to go above you. So this is why it's you. I said, it's not, I like you. I said to him, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to, because I'm not actually making this up. This is real. And your decision's ridiculous. I said, so unfortunately, so what happened then, obviously, it went through him to his boss, because I said, if you don't, you can grass your boss up, give me his boss's details, and I'll serve them the cease and desist. And that's when I got the call, and they were all very, very sorry. All of a sudden, everyone was really sorry.
Yeah.
But they'll try it on. If it's a cease and desist, they end up in Chancery Court. Now, in the UK, Chancery Court's a division of the High Courts, and it costs 10%. So if you want 200 grand, like 50, 70 grand for stress and mental anguish is about right. Depends what it was and for how long. But I normally ask for 50, 70 grand. I've never actually had to sue anyone, just threaten them with suing. But I'll be like, I want 70 grand for stress and mental anguish. Then I want 50 grand for loss of earnings, and just make things up and just make a really big bill, get it up to about 300 grand, and then pretend that you've got some, because the benefits agency think, how can I afford to sue them? But I'm like, listen, I've got a common law mate of mine who's already said that he'll front the money. He said, because I'm going to win. I totally lied. I said, my mate, he's like in the legal profession, he's already said my case is airtight. So I know I'll win. So he's going to front the 30 grand that I'd need to get the 300 grand. Do you know what I mean? You need 10% of the asking price. So I just lied about that. I just said, don't worry if you think I can't afford it. My mate was going to front the money because it's an airtight case and I'll definitely win. So yeah, I will have your house and your car, and you ain't going on holiday next year. Definitely not. And your missus is going to leave you as well, and then you'll be homeless to the kids. You know what I mean? You might want to change your mind on that decision. But it worked. Like I say, my way is a bit unorthodox. People tend not to gel with it too much, but I just it works. I do it off the bat, and it seems to work. I've not had a knockback yet. I've not had a situation, even like getting out of jail and that. It's like bizarre. It's like, fuck me, this so works. But it's yeah, now is the time to push back. If there ever was a time, it's definitely now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again with the light bill too. They kept giving me bullshit, but I'm gonna try again with them.
Mm.
They wouldn't even give me an extension. Just they was gonna cut me off, cut my power off. They wouldn't even give me an extension for 2 days. What?
Wow.
Sorry, piece of shit.
Yeah. It's all fraud, mate. All of it. They're all up to it. But that's why it's called the Great Awakening. People are waking up big time. And when the reality of what's been done to us, you know, when that sinks in, wow, it's shocking. It's going to be shocking when people actually, you know, like we're worried about people getting locked up and that for nothing and for silly things. When the judge locking them up has been killing children every Wednesday or whatever, it's like, what the fuck? People are going to be so angry. So I say push back now rather than regret it, because pushing back now is going to make a difference now.
Yeah, I seen that video where that judge was getting arrested.
Yeah. I've seen a few of them lately. There's some brilliant ones. And I guess, you know, when I've seen a few on TikTok where the military have gone in and arrested a judge, the military have gone in. And I'm like, I bet you that was a couple of years ago, because Christian said how they're going to get arrested. They're all going to, all of that lot, all the judiciary, are all going to get arrested in embarrassing situations. So when you're holding court and you're a judge and you get the military come in and nick you and cuff you in court, wow, I reckon that was a paedophile that's just been nicked because he's a 33rd degree Freemason.
Yeah.
So all them ones where the military are nicking judges, I reckon that's what that is. That's them getting their nickings.
Yeah.
Too right. Excellent.
All right, Randy, is that everything?
That's it. That's it for me.
All right, buddy. Good to hear from
Nice
you.
one, Bob.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
You're
you,
standing
John.
strong.
Love y'all.
You're doing
Love you too,
pushback,
mate.
so that's good.
Mm.
And Michael's been waiting patiently. You got the unmute thing. Want me to give it to you again? You see it? Give it to you. Oh, you might have it. Yes.
He's unmuted.
Yeah,
Nope. He is unmuted.
he is unmuted, but we don't hear him.
Michael, you might have to go out and come back in.
He's been waiting patiently so long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can bring him back in, but
I know
mean,
we will. I know. He's
yeah.
just been. It's like the justice. Where's the justice here?
Yeah, you might have to go out and come back in, and when you come in, make sure you hit the audio,
Yeah, do that and we'll bring it right.
and we'll bring you back on.
Yeah. Okay. We got Susanna.
Susanna, hello, darling.
Hi, Leon. First of
Hello,
all,
mate.
thank you,
How are
thank you for doing this and
Oh,
all.
no problem, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, it's a couple of things that I wanted to tell you before I asked you the question. So we, my husband and I, we stopped paying taxes, and then in 2017, we got hit by the IRS very hard, and they wanted to repossess everything we had. So my
Wow.
husband, during that year, he did a compromise and pay some money to the IRS. So that happened to us in a period of 10 years. But then 2 years ago, I stopped paying taxes completely, and I said, you know, I hear now that we can actually defend ourselves, and we can actually have the power. And he is very awake on that, but they hit us so hard that he is afraid to do these kind of things.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, they haven't contacted us these 2 years, and only they send me texts and phone calls, and I just don't answer them until they send me a paper. Is that the
Yeah.
correct thing to do?
Yeah. Brilliant. Carry on doing that. If they're not hassling you about it, don't bother ringing them, because when you reach out to them for any reason, that's joined us straight away. So
No,
it's best
yeah.
to, if they're not hassling you for anything, don't just leave it. And probably you'll find that that's because the white hats are in control and people aren't getting shafted like they were. Some people are, definitely. And some police are, like some different countries, different rules, but generally it's a lot better. It's a lot easier for people to function and do this common law stuff now. Because like I say, the people, they're not 33rd degree Freemasons in control no more.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
And the people pushing back are getting through. So I would say, yeah, you carry on doing that, mate. Definitely. So
Yeah.
all the time they're not contacting you.
Yeah, so that's what I think also. That's the feeling I have. The other
Yeah.
thing is that the only bills that we get is the electric bill, the toll road bills, the car registration, and propane. Those are the only thing we have.
Oh.
And they are not under my name, they are under my husband's name, but I am the one who has to pay them. So I don't know how to get out of that. Should I just because my husband says that he's working to keep our life easy, and so he is the one who is paying them the money.
Does your gas come in? But do you get your gas in bottles or is it pumped to the house?
A truck come with propane, but my
Yeah.
husband has to pay. He pay it by the phone, so it's no way that we're gonna get propane
No.
if he doesn't pay
No.
it. That
Yeah.
we
No.
cannot get out of it.
If it come to the house via a billing company, then you turned your cooker on and gas came out. Yeah, that's different. But if you've got to buy it in bottles, no, that I don't think.
Well, they
that's
have like a big, they have a tank. They have like a big bottle, right? And the
Yeah,
truck
we have a
comes and
big
then
tank and
pumps it.
yeah. So I thought that's not possible to get. Now,
No.
on registration of the cars, I don't pay my car. He does pay his car. So I'm just not gonna do that, period. Until they send
Yeah.
me a big, I don't know what are the consequences of not doing it.
Yeah, things like your car. I mean, like in England, you know, technically you don't need a driving license and you don't need insurance. But I mean, getting stopped every 15 minutes is going to take your day up trying to explain it. You'll spend 7 hours trying to talk your way out of it. But so for that reason, I'd say just pay that. I'd pay your car stuff. Like, I don't know how it is. Whereabouts are you again at the moment, Suzanne?
Pardon me?
South America. You're in South America
No,
right now.
actually, I'm in USA. I'm
In America.
in Texas.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's probably, I think there's people that have had much better results driving around. I've seen some stuff lately on TikTok where this guy with several different people, but they get pulled up and they absolutely know their shit. And the cop just has to go. And they haven't given him no paperwork. And the cop's just like, oh, fuck it. Do you know what? Yeah, because they know their law. They know it inside out. That's a lot easier to do that in America than England by the looks of it. I've seen several videos where people are pulling that off. And the cop's just like, it's like, oh, do you know what I mean? It's too much aggro for them. In England, that would be more of a pain in the arse. They'd have you for that. So different countries are differently, but I'd keep your mobile phone, you know, or your communication and the car. If you can pay it, I'd pay it. Just rather than have the ball ache. Unless you're paying a promissory note, you know, I'm talking about registration and that sort of thing. Because in England, you've got to have insurance. Because if you haven't, you know, all right,
Yeah,
technically
we
you don't need it, but you're going to need it. You are really that sort of stuff.
I guess my situation is a little different from most people because I have my life is very easy. We pay off all of our house and our cars and everything. So my husband said it's easier to pay the small bills and not having to have all this hassle. But at the same time, you know, it's like playing with the system. So it's just hard to go
I know what you mean.
So to keep the peace in the house, I just say, okay, I pay the bill.
Yeah, no, I got you. Sometimes it's just easier, you know. Like, I mean, I don't have things like house bills, although when I did have a house, I didn't pay any of them. And that was just really easy. I found that when I got into common law, it was through my electricity bill, like I said before, vacant. And I found everything. I didn't understand common law. And I was very frustrated because I went to there's a guy in England, David Edelman, he's an ex-lawyer, brilliant, excellent. His knowledge is amazing. He's written a few books. So I went to a couple of his talks and I got into common law, but I didn't understand how to make it work. I just didn't understand it. I'm like, I can't see how this is going to work. I understand that, yes, this is why it would work, but what happens when they ask me this or what happens when they say that? And my mate James about the direct debits, because all direct debits are unlawful. So there's got the direct debit, the 1997 direct debit indemnity guarantee scheme. So any direct debit, he said to me, and I couldn't get my head around this for months, he said, you just ring up the bank and tell them it's fraud. And I'm like, yeah, what if they say it isn't? He said, they can't. I'm like, yeah, but what if they say it isn't fraud? He said, but they can't. And I'm like, yeah, but what if they fucking say it isn't? What do I say then? Because what do I say? He said, well, tell them it isn't. And I'm like, I'm not getting this. Eventually I got it. The bank, if you say it's fraud, they're obligated to refund the money while it's being investigated. I didn't know that straight away. And then he said, you can get all your direct debits back. And I'm like, wow. And then I said, hang on, I ain't got any. I don't pay anything. I'm like, oh, I can't get nothing. I was like, oh shit, I can't get nothing back. But I've done it for other people. I've told them how to do it. But when you report fraud you have to say to the person on the phone, this is, I'm reporting fraud under the Direct Debit Indemnity Guarantee Scheme, 1997. And if they say, what's that? Say, have you got your line manager there? Can I speak to him? And then they have to refund it instantly. Now, I was with James when he took his kids to a couple of years ago. It was like some Christmas Snow White thing, and it was advertised as like you go there and it's amazing for kids. But he said they went there, and I was there when it happened. His wife came back with the kids, and they said, oh, it was like some old sports hall, and it was in the dark, and it was all on your phone. It wasn't anything like it was sold to us. And James said, oh, don't worry, I'll just ring up and get that put back. And he rung up, and I was there, and I'm like, wow, it was like 40 quid or 46 quid. It wasn't even a lot of money, but the bank just returned it immediately. He's like, that's that easy. And I'm like, fucking hell, it was that easy. That's the thing people don't realise. A lot of this is pretty easy.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. But like I say, you want to keep your things like your mobile, communications or your internet. You can't start like sending promissory notes because they just cut you off.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you ain't got no internet, you know what I mean? So there are some things, even though pushing back's about pushing back completely, you don't want to make your life unnecessarily difficult, do you?
No, that's what I am completely checked out. But the thing is that I like to keep the peace in my home.
Yeah.
And in my case, I'm not saying that everybody has it this way. If I was by myself, I know exactly what I will do.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep the
You got to
peace.
pick and choose your battles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yes, I guess I just the main reason I wanted to speak is that I wanted to thank you personally. I never get to talk to you. You do so
thank
much
you.
for all of us. It's just amazing. I love you.
I
And
love you too,
appreciate
Susanna. Bless
every
you.
single day. So that that's it. Mhm.
You're so lovely. I love you too, mate. Honestly, so
Thank you.
grateful for your support as well. Bless you.
Mhm. Sure.
We love you,
Thank you, Susanna.
Susanna.
I love you,
Yeah, big
Kirsten. I
love,
hope you feel
Susanna.
better. Thank you,
Thank
Gary.
you.
Yeah.
Love you, darling.
Bye. Okay, let's bring in Michael. See if he got the. He doesn't have video on. Turn your video on, please, Michael. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we got this going. Ask to unmute. And he's gonna. I think he's on his phone now.
There. Okay, you're unmuted.
Who?
Here. We got you. We hear
Me?
you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you. Oh, wait.
Who?
No,
Who
you got
talking to?
Wayne. You didn't get
Oh,
Michael.
Sorry.
Oh, chill.
I was like, oops.
No, wait.
Yeah.
So
Raise your hand
friendly.
again, Ray.
Yeah. We'll bring sorry, bring the wrong. Oops.
Leon. Leon.
You need Michael.
Hello.
There we
Hey,
go.
Leon. What you up to, bro?
Wait, Wayne.
Hello, mate. Who's that?
Wayne, you'll be back.
Wait.
You'll be back after Michael. Okay. We're not hearing anything.
Hello.
Nothing again. Sorry, Wayne.
Michael, you have to hit the audio when you come in. Can you try? Oh, wait. Are you on an iPad? No? Can you try your phone?
Nothing here. That's not good.
Mm-mm. No, because he's unmuted. No, it's his settings when he comes into the Zoom.
Yeah. We're
Can you get Zoom on the phone? Go through the link on the phone. Yeah, try that. See if that works. Because sometimes, yeah. Try that. We'll bring you back in. Sorry, Michael.
exactly.
We'll get there.
We'll get this going right here. And Wayne, raise your hand again.
Yeah, Wayne, you got to raise your hand again.
Here we go.
Isidro, my buddy.
How goes it? Hey Leon, how you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Isidro, yeah, is that
How are
you?
you?
Hello, bruv. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How's you?
Good to see you. Yeah, good, mate. All good. How you been?
Yeah, all right. I want to say a big thanks to everyone as well. And Leon, how can you top what Susanna's just said? Just like trying
I
to
know,
dance
right?
after
You
Michael
can't.
Jackson, isn't it? Just, yeah, mate. I'm so chuffed that Cameron, that what a lovely gift. So, as he
Yeah,
said, well
man.
deserved.
Wow,
Well
amazing.
deserved.
Hopefully there isn't time. Hopefully we'll be some scare events in a minute. I really hope so. But
Yeah,
I
we'll make
mean,
it
that's an
quick. I
amazing.
mean, you'll be
God.
going this week, like fast. You got to make this happen
You know
quick.
what, Leon? If it's meant to be, it will happen.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
And
No,
he's
too right.
wanted that for years.
God,
Yeah.
I know.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's nearly
So
he's nearly done it a couple of times.
Yeah, it was like close.
if it's meant to be, like if he is supposed to go there, then it will happen. The scare events won't
Yeah.
happen yet. You know what I mean?
No. Mm, mm, mm.
Well, he said it
Well,
on
Yeah.
Sunday. I think something could happen. I'm not sure. It's like,
Oh, and time's getting on. We're getting on, aren't we? We're in nearly. We're November the 3rd, is it today?
yeah, November the
Yeah.
3rd.
We had the gunpowder plot, didn't we? In 2 days' time. That was whenever that was. That fake
Mhm.
story. Yeah, it's a good month
Wednesday.
for it. It's a good month for it.
Mhm.
Fucking hell.
Mhm.
Something's got to happen soon. They're talking about new viruses and all sorts. There's people wearing masks again around our
Oh
way.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my.
same, yeah. Mass have picked up big. I see they're not,
Mm.
out of
And World
control
War
mass,
Three.
but I'm
Yeah.
seeing just people walking down the street with masks. No one around. That's what's happening. That's the worst.
Shocking, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
shocking.
just one person with their mask walking down the street. It's like,
Yeah.
Isidro, how's your daughter?
Yeah, so I've had a few well, last time I spoke to Leon was July, end of July, and I was in Italy. And then I went back home because I had to
Yeah.
relinquish the property. And Leon, don't know if you remember, but I sent you a few documents and we can talk about it when you're free. I just haven't bothered you. One, because I've had to wrap up my life in Jersey,
Yeah.
literally just pack everything up. That was really emotional, difficult because there's 5 decades worth of collecting shit and stuff.
Wow.
Most of it I gave loads to charity. I sold some bits, and so I don't have any home in Jersey anymore. And
Right. Okay.
so I'm
So
now
you're.
I'm back in
Yeah.
Italy.
Carry on.
Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, just a really difficult decision with the courts and stuff. Is nothing like since we've spoken. So you might remember I had 5-6 months worth of building up services time with the local family centre,
Yeah.
seeing my daughter 3 times a week. That was going well. They were building up like, oh yeah, okay. Anyway, long story short, when I went back to Jersey, the mother independently just moved 100 miles away to somewhere different. So she's
brilliant.
now in a different jurisdiction, and now I'm just waiting on a new act.
Wow.
This
Fucking
is the
hell.
frustrating thing. My lawyer, I know, is in the system, but I don't know what else to do because there's
No.
I've not got an ex who's rational, so I can't just call her or
No.
message her and say,
No.
"Hey, can I see the little one?"
Yeah.
She
No.
literally won't let me see her. So
Yeah.
I have to go via this avenue unless the last thing I said to my lawyer was, look, I kind of want to, I don't know how to do this. I'm asking you, but I want to put the mother and her lawyer on notice because they're
Are you
causing harm.
fluent in Italian? Are you fluent Italian?
I can
No.
do this. And
oh, there you go. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Isn't that enough? That should do.
actually, it covers a lot of bases.
even with the horrible system, is that legal that she can just go 100 miles away?
Well, it's
Listen,
not good for the
you-
kid, is it? It's not good for your daughter for a
No.
start. She shouldn't be thinking like that.
and
Like my
the
ex is quite.
services are angry with her. So I'm just, as Christian would say, just
Yeah.
roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just feel like, oh, okay, we're nearly here. I haven't bothered Leon. Like I messaged you, and then I thought, do you know what? Because the follow up to my debt is that my mum, and that's what I'll talk to you about off, another
Yeah.
day. But
Yeah.
my mum has a massive debt, well, it's
Does
big for
she?
her.
Yeah.
She's 77. And so I want to talk to you about that because I think I sent you a
Yeah.
few messages with that as well. But mate, I know you've been doing more pressing issues and more pressing stuff. So I
Yeah,
haven't.
sorry. I'm like I say, I'm pretty unorganized anyway. But I do like well, this week is I haven't got much writing done synopsis wise. I've got a massive backlog of that to do, and I'm up to my eyeballs in several common law things, and I kind of bumble through getting as much done as I can with all my stuff that I've got to do in the daily life and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's yeah.
Hanging
Mate,
out
I
with
know,
that
'cause
sibling
I haven't
guy.
bothered you.
Yeah.
That, you know what I
Yeah.
call him, Leon? The time sucker. He's a time sucker. I love him dearly, but he's a time sucker.
Oh, bless him. He's chilling out with the fam today, isn't he?
hmm
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. So
Well, if easier, because I'll scoot off. It's nice to see everyone say hello again.
Yeah.
Is it easier to just send you a little message or as a
yeah,
reminder?
yeah.
As and
I
when?
say to people, don't worry about message hassle me definitely. Because yeah, I mean, like often I think, oh shit, I need to do that. I better write it down. And I'll be honest with you, this is pathetic. I often haven't got a pen and a bit of paper. And if I make a note on my phone, I won't remember to look at it. So I need a pen and a bit. It sounds so stupid, but when I've got
Oh,
10
no.
things to do and I ain't got a fucking pen to do it with, I'm like, you know what? I'll go and look in the van for one. By the time I've gone out there, I've forgotten what it was I wanted to write down.
I
That's how it
digress.
goes. Yeah.
I'm exactly
You know,
the
I come
same.
back with a pen and a bit of paper and I don't know what to write on it.
I'm exactly the
Yeah.
same. So that's why I think
But yeah,
I get it.
message. Yeah, send me another message, Leon. Pull your finger out.
Yeah. Yeah, because my mum's got a huge wad and she's panicked. It's the most stressed thing she's ever done.
Really? Yeah.
And I tried to tell her about what you were doing, what you're trying to help me with, and she just, and I just, even if I got an idea about what to write, I'd even tackle it myself, trying to make
Yeah.
stuff up. I remember you saying at the beginning that two A4 letter that goes in
Yep.
kind of nips in the bud some future stuff that they might ask.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
it's knowing
Yeah.
some of that. But I know
Yeah.
you can't have
Yeah.
templates for everything.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, there ain't templates really, because every case is like, even 2 speeding tickets are going to be slightly different, you know. So, because sometimes they don't write your name in like your straw man, they put it in lowercase. Sometimes it's weird. So every letter's a bit different, but it's all very similar. You know what I mean? And they're all of the laws. So, like I say, when I'm writing a promissory note, I might include in that about administrative courts. Depends on who it is, because you got to think for them, because they're going to get this, and the next thing they're going to try and then get you the bailiffs to
Escalate.
come round. So deal with all that in the first letter. So they've got the reason the promissory note's legal and lawful, the reason that they've got to accept it. What happens if they don't accept it? What happens if they think they're going to get the bailiffs round? Because that's all unlawful. So deal with it all as much as you can in the first letter, really. Obviously, for seeing things like your kids, you know, that's different kettle of fish altogether. But certainly for things like your mum and any promissory note, hit as much, cover as many bases in that first letter when you're paying, rather than just
Yeah.
send a promissory note, because that'll probably they wouldn't, you know, it will carry a lot more weight when you back all that up with a load of other stuff about why it's legal, who said it's legal, when it was legal. You know, sometimes you can put in there about stage 2 because suspended convertibility. I think I've said in a couple of letters that because I've written my national insurance number on there as a kindness, as a favour for them, so that they don't have to worry about, yeah, here you go, there's my national
Right.
insurance number, that's where you can take the money from. And this is why you've got to take it. And this is, if you don't take it, this is why you can't pursue it anymore. Tell them all that, so they're holding a nightmare, basically.
Yeah.
And hopefully you won't hear back. Or you
Yeah,
get a
it's just
receipt,
wording that.
hopefully, that'd be nice.
Yeah. That's
All
the
right.
Lee and
Ooh,
Sinclair
wording
system.
that.
Hit them hard.
Yeah,
Hit them hard with
hit 'em
everything.
hard. Mm.
Yeah.
Hit them hard
Well,
with
Shock and awe.
lasers, photon torpedoes, everything, full spread.
Shock and awe tactics.
Yeah, shock and awe.
As a result, my mum's, after 55 plus years of living in Jersey, she's now compelled to move back to her homeland, which isn't a bad thing. I've been trying to get her to
Where's
do
she
that for
from?
20 years. Madeira. So
Portugal.
Portuguese origins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a nice thing
Wow.
that she's going back, but with the weight of this over her, it's a lot, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
she's so all right, mate. Well, look, thanks.
Has she
Lovely
got something
speaking
like
to
a
you.
final? Has she got a final figure? If she's got a letter or anything like that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I can send you that because I did take I've got that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'll double
Yeah.
check it, but yeah.
Ping me a message, mate, tomorrow at some point. And
All
we'll
right,
we'll
bro.
we'll have a chat and sort it out.
Cool. I know when you're
Nice one.
settled, mate. You need some chill
Oh, I'm
time as
never
well, yeah.
settled. Nice one, bro.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Bye,
Good
Appreciate
luck.
it.
Zidro.
We'll see you
Thank
later,
you.
Leo.
Love you,
See you guys.
Zidro.
Ciao, buddy.
See you, bro.
Bye-bye. Mad Max.
Mad Max. Mad Max.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear
Hello,
me?
mate.
Hello.
No, I
Hello.
can't hear
Hello,
you.
hello.
Hello. Hi, Leon. It's
Hello, mate.
lovely to see you.
And you,
We
Maxine. How are you, darling?
how's it going?
Yes, good.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm all about to see you now. You know, I always
Ah,
say
bless
that
you.
anyway. Well, I have a question, but it's probably not as important as everybody else's. But I just thought while I have your brain, I'd just ask you. It's to do with a credit union, an old credit union account. I know you don't know much about credit union, but let me just ask you the question and then see, yeah?
Yeah.
So I had one and I let it go. It went into arrears because of my situation at the time. But at the time I was paying into my son's, who was a minor at the time. I had a separate account for him and I was paying money into his account. So my account was sold off to a debt collection agency. Delighted I was, because that meant I didn't have to pay anymore or worry about paying it.
Yep.
But I never went back to claim his account money, his money. That
Right.
was left sitting there, and it's still a dormant account now, it will be.
Right.
But my question, this is what I'm thinking, I would never go back because I was afraid that they would get my information and my address, and then
Yeah.
they'd be able to open up that
Yeah.
whole thing again.
Yeah.
But now he's turned 18. Can I let him go and find out about that himself to get
Oh, I
the
don't-
money? Because not a lot of money, but it's his money.
Mm.
So would he be able to go back in without any repercussions to me, or should I just leave it alone?
Well, I mean, it's
Could
yeah,
he go back?
that's difficult to say. I'm not really an expert in that area, but I would say from
Yeah, that's-
what I would think, it wouldn't be if he's got money tied up in it. It doesn't need to. If he just to say, you know, to say, well, I haven't seen my mum for 5 years. I don't know. We fell out. Yeah, nothing to do with you. I don't live there
Yeah.
anymore, or whatever. And,
Yeah.
and you know, if there's money in there that he's owed, he's got a right
Yeah.
to have it. Definitely, it shouldn't
That's what I
incriminate you in any way.
No, that's what I was thinking. Was that money sitting there for a while? And that's not a huge amount, but it's money. It could be his money, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
leaving it sitting there for them to keep.
Yeah,
I thought
exactly,
it was
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe he could write to
So-
him at a different address. Does he live with you?
Well, he does now, but we've moved since then. But he still lives with me, so
Right.
his
He
address
could
is going to be
say
connected.
he could write to them from or email them and give a different postal address. You know,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just thinking. I'm just
check.
thinking on the hoof. If you don't want it to
Well,
be connected to you,
Well,
what do you own?
No, I did. It was years ago. Oh, no, well, I mean,
Right.
it was. There's a long time has passed between it, but since
Oh.
it was sold on,
Right.
it was sold to the debt collecting agency. So would that
How many
even
years
have?
ago? Well, I don't know. They probably wouldn't even have a
More than-
record of it now. If it's like 15, 20 years ago or something like that, I don't reckon if it was sold on already, I can't
Yeah.
even imagine that coming back to you. It wouldn't be on a current
No,
list.
I would never do it because I thought they'd need to catch me for all that money
Yeah.
that I owe.
Well,
I'm not
you see, all that they generate money because they sell everyone's details on. So, like, you might get like 50 different debt collectors in one area, all get your all details, you know, or 20 might all get your details, and they might have paid £10, £20, a pound, 50p. They're not. Some of these
For-
the old debts. There's no point. They're not buying. They're not buying them lists for much money, and they're just hoping
No.
that they might, out of 100, they might get somewhere. Might make a couple of grand here and there.
This
You
is
know, they
it.
just,
This is it. But
yeah,
I didn't want to walk myself into something for a few bob. Like, so it's not like hundreds, it's not thousands around. But I didn't
yeah.
want to walk myself into it if I was going to get caught. I said,
Yeah.
no, leave it there. I don't need it.
There's a whole
But I
subsystem
will
of debt
now.
that they sell off debt and sell off debt, and then all these like debt,
Yeah.
like it's a fucking scam
Yeah.
of, you know,
Yeah, it's just fucking total
like never
inflated
ends.
scam. Yeah.
It is. And just thanks what you were talking about earlier on, you know, the way you lost your credits for 5 Labs. Can you not use the direct debit indemnity clause to get those back? Can you not do that? You know, the
No,
way you
because it weren't
lost
a direct
your
debit.
credits.
No, it weren't a direct debit. It was a card payment, not a direct debit. Yeah.
And if nothing come back on the card, you can't get it's
No,
a
because
pain.
it was I did give the card details. It was I
Yeah.
volunteered them because I didn't realise they were gonna
No.
because I've complained, they stitched me right up. So not only did they take 4 million credits like in the last 6 months, because I haven't, that's a lot. That's like 400 or 500 quid. They're absolutely taking the piss. Then they're going to rob me for another 300 the other day. I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm like, and they've done that out of malice. They haven't even given me the credits. I should get 2 million credits for that, but they didn't even give me the credits. Yeah,
that's
shocking.
annoying.
And you can't ring no one. There's no one to speak to.
That's the worst.
You can
That's
raise a
the worst
ticket
part.
request. Yeah.
You can't talk to anyone about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
well,
I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to dwell on it because I don't want to get angry. Just fucking
no,
stress me
don't
out,
get
things like that. No, it's annoying.
Listen, I just want to say thank you so much for everything. Absolutely everything you do. You're absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
bless
And
you.
we're
Thank you, mate.
so grateful.
Leon is
We
a
don't get
legend.
to say it enough,
It's a pleasure.
but you are a legend. I'm so
Oh,
grateful.
bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much, Maxine. That's lovely of you to say, mate. Really.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody. Big
Bless
love.
Bye,
you.
Max.
Bye,
Bye,
Mad
darling.
Max.
Bye.
Love seeing you. Let's try this iPhone guy here. See if he got it right here. And we love seeing you with
Come
Christian.
on, Michael.
Every time Leon Christian together, we love it.
Come on, Michael. Come on, you can do it.
No. Let me ask to unmute. You see the thing again?
Hold on. All right, try to unmute now.
No bueno.
If you touch the screen, it should pop up.
Yeah, you tap
The
the screen and
microphone?
it brings the menu at the bottom.
No?
He's touching us. Oh, hey.
It's the settings. No, Anthony, he's on an iPhone. If you touch it, it should bring up the little menu of the microphone and the video.
Man. What is it? What is going
on? All right, try scrolling left or right. See if that works. If you scroll one way or the other, does that work? Swipe. Sorry, not scroll. Swipe.
I think you hear a puppy sucking back some water.
Yeah, that would be Ekai. Okay, all right, that's enough. No, still not working. Oh wait, he's back on again. Did he get stuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
raise your hand. Raise your hand, Michael.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
We're gonna find him. Come on, Michael. There he is. I got him. There we go. Oh, what happened? You were just talking. There you go. Yes.
Okay. Am I on?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. First, am I there?
You're here, but now Leon walked
right.
away.
Oh no.
I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, there he is. There.
Leon.
I'm back.
Anyways, yes, first off, Leon and Christian and Kirsten and Gary and Lo, just thank you so much. All my gratitude and thankfulness and love to all of you for all this. Life ever changing. So I know you were talking to Susan earlier in regards to the electrical and the gas and the water and all that. And is that on reoccurring bills that you can send that in like that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Pay everyone with a promissory note.
And but every month, just do it every month.
Yeah, and what will probably happen, like what happened with me, they just stopped sending me bills. They didn't even bother sending me bills for 2 years until I moved out. I didn't get a bill. Gas, electricity, or water. And the water was the easiest. I just complained. I said, listen, I said, the water's not safe. I'm not paying for that because it's not fit for human consumption. So there's no way I'm paying it. And that's all I had to say. That was it. They didn't send me any more bills. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed there.
Yeah, because it's toxic as fuck. And you can prove it's toxic really easily yourself. So
Yeah, fluoride.
They can't argue with that. So why would I want to pay for that? If I can't drink it, yeah. So, but yeah, keep sending them promissory note, and you'll probably find that they just stop right after 2 or 3. They'll just stop billing you because they're still taking the money out your fucking promissory, out your bond.
Yeah. Well, we've been in our same house here for 38 years, and then every year we get the good old tax bill, property tax. And when we moved in here 30-some years ago, it was actually like $300 a year, and now it's up over $2,000. And so you get to make that in 2 installments, one in November. So I've gone round and round many years with these guys on this, and what happens when you don't make that payment in November, they give you till the end of December, the 1st of January to make that payment. And if not, then they put it out there for bid and let others buy that up. So how does that work? Is that then as long as your promissory note's there, they can't do anything there?
Well, once you've paid, they're either gonna accept it or not, or they're not ever gonna contact you again. So sorry, what form of bill was it for?
For the property tax
Right,
bill.
property tax. Is that a yearly thing?
For the house.
Council tax. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
your council tax.
definitely.
Property
Yeah,
tax
fire that.
bill.
Yeah, definitely. Promissory note, all of that sort of stuff.
So mine hasn't been opened yet this year. So, but open it up, you say, and then just fill out the paperwork as you were describing earlier to Susan.
Yeah, I would. I'd open it up, and because look, I can see there it's got a window in it. But I mean, like I say, if you want to pay it, you're going to need to open it to pay it. So it's got no stamp on it, and so it's not lawful post anyway. But if you want to pay it, you'd have to open it to make it into a promissory note. Hello, mate.
Starla, yes.
Hey, hello. Yeah, so you'd have to open it to turn it into the note. But yeah, turn that into a promissory note. Yeah, send it back. Definitely.
Okay.
And every time they send you a bill, send him a promissory note.
Okay. And then that doesn't, obviously we haven't quit paying our mortgage yet, but that doesn't mess with your mortgage and your banking and all that kind of stuff. Or if it does,
no, that won't affect nothing like that. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to keep paying your mortgage, keep paying it. There's not much time left. But I mean, if you don't want to, then once you've paid with a promissory note, because when you pay, see, you could, if you got a final settlement figure from the mortgage company, you could turn that all of it into one big promissory note and just pay it all off in one go, or you could pay it monthly. Send them a promissory note every month. Every time they send you, oh look, you've missed your bill, send them a promissory note for the amount they say that you owe. That's another way of doing it. But whatever happens, once you've paid, don't back down and say, listen, if they say you don't accept it, say you've got to. It's not my fault. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. It's not my fault. You don't know the law. The reason it works, say to them, like, I pay all my stuff like this. The reason it works is because the law says so. This is the only reason it works. And just some silly Doris at the bank, she would go up to her line manager and explain it. And then he might want to talk to you, or they might write you a letter and saying, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Whatever. Yeah, we don't accept that. That's as good as them accepting it. Because from that moment onwards, they can't ask you for the money again. And if they want to take you to court, they're not going to win. It's not going to work.
Well, I'm definitely up for trying all that. Like I said, I've been around with these guys for years and years, and all the way that they go about getting all that. And so I do appreciate that. So I'll let you know back on how all that works. But yeah,
definitely.
Try with one of the water or the one of those ones. Try with like a smaller one at first before
Okay.
you go for the big kahuna.
Yeah, and then when we get there, then we'll do the final call on the mortgage and do the big kahuna there, like you say, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Once you
well,
know,
thanks.
the system, once you know how to write them out, they're pretty easy to, and then send them in there. See how it goes. Start that way. Starts a little bit smaller than
All right.
big. That's
Sounds good. And Leon, thanks for being so direct. For me, I mean, I love it. For the wife, it's a little harder, but yes, I love the direct. You and Christian,
Nice.
I love it. It's me. So
Big
thank
up,
you.
big love, man.
Right
Nice
to the
one.
point. Yeah, right to it. So,
Nice.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
got
I
it.
will let you go and much appreciation.
Awesome.
Big
We
love,
got
bro.
the
All
sound.
right.
I like that. Good stuff.
All right. Thanks for being patient. Bye.
All right. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna bring in actually Wayne here. Here we go. Unmute. We got Dark Wayne. Wayne, the dark guy. Oh, you were muted. You're muted. You need it again. Give you the thingy.
Good?
Yeah, good.
That is a hassle.
Yeah.
Hey, Leon.
Hello, mate.
How you
How you
doing,
doing, Wayne?
brother? Good, man.
Good,
It's
man.
cold
How are
as
you?
shit in Maryland.
Is it?
Yeah, I live in between Baltimore and Philadelphia. A little shithole town. Hey, I don't have no bills. I don't have no bills to pay or anything like that, but I'm trying to get my kids and their mother to do it, but they don't want no parts of it. And they're struggling.
Yeah.
I tried to get her on to talk to you, Leon, but I don't know, whatever. They, you know what I mean? It's their loss. I don't have no bills, Leon. None. No, except for
That's
my
good.
phone. Except for my phone.
No.
I gave it
Excellent.
all up. I gave it all up. All of it.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's
Yep.
it.
Hey, Leon. Hey, I did harvest here. I did my harvest, 18 plants, and I got mold. I about had to throw all of it away.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, no way.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Mold, yeah. What
Yeah,
was you drying it when it got moldy, or was it get moldy on the plant?
Well, it was getting moldy on the plant. I harvested it, and it was all
Yeah.
like that, dude. I waited too long, man. It sucked. It's breaking my heart.
Yeah. That's when the nights get colder and the moisture and the humidity of the bud, the humidity and the coldness, you get rot, and it spreads like wildfire. Botrytis, it spreads like wildfire.
Like wildfire. Couldn't keep up with it, man. But I know
Yeah.
next year. Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Next
Leon.
year.
Don't
Next
say
year.
that next year. What you
I don't know why it's a habit, man. Hey, remember the 5th
You
of
know.
November.
You know, mate.
You know it, bro. Hey, I love all you guys, man.
You too, bruv.
I think of you guys all the time, Gary. You, all of you, Anthony. I see you
Wayne.
sitting there. Kirsten, where you at?
She might have to deal with the pups or
Oh, all right. I love you guys. I don't want to take much
probably hear
time
us,
up. I just wanted to say hi. Love you, Anthony.
Love you too, man.
Bye, Kirsten. Hope you feel
Hey,
better,
Wayne.
honey.
Sorry,
Hope you feel
yeah,
better,
I
honey.
had to deal with doggy peepees.
I want. Hey, or you got a boyfriend? That's just wondering.
Many. I have many, Wayne. I have many.
Hey, I'll text you. Later, Leon. Love you, bro.
Love you too, mate.
Love you,
Nice
Wayne.
one, Wayne.
Great to
Love
see
you
you.
Have a
all.
good evening, bro.
You too,
Bye,
my
Wayne.
man.
Bye, Wayne.
Bye, honey.
Good to see you, buddy. And Jenny 99.
Jenny.
Gotta give you the unmute. There we go.
Hello.
There we go.
Hi, Jenny.
Oh, I thought Randy was for me.
Randy will go. He'll
Randy's already been on once, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hello, Jenny. How are you?
I'm good, Leon. Nice to have a face-to-face, and I want to echo what Catherine and many others said. You pop in onto Christian's channel and you drop these mega pieces of information, and you have a writing style that thankfully is uniquely yours, so nobody can mistake you for anybody else. And then you disappear again. You don't wait for all the emojis that come echoing after things that you've left. I just want to say, like everybody else, how amazing it is that the work you do, and what a difference it has made to my experiences, and I'm sure
Brilliant.
everybody else. And
That's brilliant.
there isn't really a space other than tonight to be able to give you these compliments, because
Oh,
you're,
bless you. You don't need
you know,
to do that. But honestly, I'm so grateful. But I'm so grateful to Christian for the info. I'm
yeah,
made up since I first heard him say what 3D to 5D was. I've been on cloud nine since then. I don't
yeah,
mind being homeless. I just love it. I'm so grateful for the info.
right. Well, I think what I'm also saying is we see you. We really
Oh,
see
bless you.
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love you, Janine. That was lovely, mate. Bless you.
Yeah.
you're so
Big
welcome.
impact.
Yeah,
Thank you.
big impact. So I've got some interesting questions, or one question that might lead into another. Can promissory notes be used for mortgages,
Yeah.
utility bills,
Yep.
and what about tax bills?
Yeah. 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 HMRC, all that sort of stuff. Most definitely.
Okay, Canada and the US for tax?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Technically, everywhere the crown has a finger. So some African countries, it will work. Well, in theory, places like China and the Yemen, I wouldn't hold much chance of it working there. But basically, a lot of countries, yeah, anywhere the crown's got anything to do with it, which is like lots of places.
Everywhere, like the Commonwealth nations.
Yeah, all of Europe. Like in Spain, like I say, I've never known anyone do it successfully in Spain, and I know Spain's so corrupt. I can't imagine common law working on a Spanish constable because they're just all so corrupt. I just can't see. Maybe now it might be benefit. But not. But I don't know how many viewers we got in Spain, and if anyone's got any results. But there's some countries where it should work, but it might not. Like I think Spain would be one of them.
Okay. Is there anything that because Canada and Australia and New Zealand are part of the Commonwealth, would the promissory note be equivalent to cash in those countries?
Yeah. So when you write a promissory note, obviously, when I was talking before about what to write on it, you'd write instead of the USD amount. So this bill offer is accepted for the GBP amount or Great British Pound or whatever country you're in. Just change that to a US, Australian dollars or whatever.
And would we quote that act or that governor or whatever it was
I
you
would.
mentioned?
Lord Denning. I would. Yeah.
Lord Denning.
Yeah. So if you Google Lord Denning's quote, it will give you the whole quote and the citation of where it can be found in what law dictionary. It's at the bottom. In the case of Fielding and Platt versus Salim Najjar, October the 10th, 1969, and it will give you the reference. So that's always good to put the references. Then someone can look up and see where that was law, in fact. So I put all that in the letter with the promissory note.
Okay. So my ears pricked up when you said tacit acquiescence. So that means being silent and not doing anything about it is sort of tantamount to confession.
Yes, basically.
Or
It's basically, yeah. So when a bailiffs write to you, for instance, a bailiff or anyone like that, and they write to you, lots of people just throw the letter in the bin. But because it's a 3-letter process, so you've got a 3-letter process, and so have they. But they wrap their 3-letter process up in a different way. But they've still got a 3-letter process. So if you ignore them 3 letters, you've agreed. Whatever was in them letters, you've agreed by your silence in their fraudulent legal system to be true. So that's why it's always better to reply and to refute it, to rebut it straight away rather than be quiet about it.
Okay, that's fabulous. Now, have you ever heard of Norman Traversy in Canada?
No.
He's been on Linda Paris's, if you watch Linda.
Yeah, Norman Traversy was part of the Canadian truck.
Oh yeah.
Convoy.
I can't remember the phraseology. Anyways,
the convoy.
The convoy. He's a retired firefighter, And what he did, and I think this might be similar to your 3-letter process, he issued or sent a writ of quo warranto, that's QUOWARRANTO, to Mary Simon, who is the Canadian Governor General, who was to ask her to provide proof that she is actually entitled to be the Governor General. And on 3 occasions, tacit acquiescence happened.
Right.
And it's quite easy to find by going onto Rumble, type in Norman Travesey, that's TRAVERSY, I think, and writ of quo warranto, and there's all that information. Now, she hasn't responded to any of those. What Norman is saying is everything similar, like the date you might have quoted in England after the Queen whatever didn't do or whatever, that all this this law and everything, does the Prime Minister's Mary Simon hasn't got a leg to stand on. Would that mean then that every act or every employee, let's say in the utility places, in the tax offices, would all be null and void?
In the UK, and it does transfer to other countries, but it's every act, statute, or policy, because no one was able, after the Act of Treason happened in 1971, 1st of January. After that happened, no more acts could be made. No acts, statutes, or policies. They're all fraudulent after that date. So that's sorry, what was the original question? I've just waned off it then.
The original was about the part whether the promissory notes were transferable, and now I found the Norman Travesey's situation.
Oh, that's right.
The quo warrantos is sort of Mary Simon, the Governor General, has stayed silent. And
well, she stayed silent because she's probably been executed. So that's
exactly.
He's right into central casting. So whoever's written Norman Travesey's right into central casting, and they don't want to write back. That's probably what's happened.
This was all done last year, but it looks like then the tax people don't have a leg to stand on.
No.
But if I were to receive a letter that is going to demand I pay taxes, would it be prudent to open it and do the promissory note thing?
I've got an interesting story about that. I've got a friend of mine who I met through the common law space. He's a police officer. He's been a police officer in England for 29 years now. And he's a common law. He's right into his common law. He wrote in 2017, the taxman wanted 60 grand off him, HMRC in England, for a business that he had whilst it was a side business. He was a policeman, but he had some other business interest anyway. He ended up owing the taxman 60 grand. And he looked into it and he wrote to the taxman. I've seen the letter. I've got the letter actually. It's a good letter, but it's I was surprised it worked. He basically said he's not paying tax no more because the money that it's spent on is fraudulent. It goes on wars. It goes on this, that, the other. He said also I'm a police officer serving, and he said and I can't find a law that says that anyone has to pay tax. He said not only that, I found evidence that paying tax is actually fraud. He said, so I'm a police officer, so I can't pay tax because I'm breaking the law if I pay tax. And he left it like that. And they wrote back to him and said, well, you've got to pay it. Don't worry about it. You just pay it. And he wrote back and said the same thing in a different way. And that went on until 2021. And they basically, the HMRC wrote to him and said, listen, we've shut your account, just bugger off. We don't want nothing more to do with you. Don't contact us again. Because he turned it round and on them. And he's like, well, listen, now I want to know what you're doing with the money. Show me where this money's going. And they can't. They could lie, but he's a policeman and they let him off. And that was HMRC. And in England, they don't let go. Once they put their teeth in you, they're not going to let go.
Yeah. So that's something that I've been hearing rumbles of in Canada. is that it is illegal for Canadian citizens or Canadian individuals to actually pay the government money to fight wars. Would that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. That's kind of the angle that my mate attacked the English one with the wars, and he's like, I'm not paying money in so that you can go and spend it on wars. Well, and it was only 3 or 4 pages, this letter, but it worked, and he only sent like 2 or 3 variations of it over 5 years, and they wrote back to him and said, "Listen, your account's closed. Forget it."
Oh, that's
guess-
great.
Yeah, I can show you that letter actually. I've got
That
it. I
would
could
be
take photographs.
that would be amazing if it can go via Telegram, because I don't have a cell phone or any
I've got
other.
a paper copy of it. I've got a couple of paper copies. I can find them in the van and take pictures and put them on
Yeah.
Telegram. I'll black his name out and that, but
Yeah, but is it okay? Black his name out, but is he the guy that was I found on Telegram that was doing a lot of this sort of stuff?
no, he wouldn't have
Okay.
been. He's quite back in the background. But he
Background.
does his own stuff. Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
Yeah. No worries. I'll have a gander. I'll have a gander for you when tomorrow I'll have a look in the van.
Thank you so much. Love you.
No worries.
Awesome. Love you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Nice one, darling. Bye, Jenny.
Bye.
And last but not least, Randy, what you got there, brother?
Hey, I just had one quick question. My wife's car broke down. Her transmission went out. It's gonna cost $8,000 to fix it. And if we put it in the shop, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. 8,000? Wow.
Yeah, 1 month after the warranty went out. I was wondering if I could pay a promissory note for that, but they probably wouldn't give me the car back without paying no cash or giving me credit.
That's the problem. In theory, but I don't know if I mean, if they've still got the car, if it was a bill they'd sent you, if it was the car finance, that would work. But if it's the car mechanic, nah, because he can't do nothing with it. You see.
Yeah, the car we paid off, but they won't give me the car back unless I pay them. So
yeah, tricky.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, that won't work. All right, I answered my own question.
That's a messed up transmission, man. That's a lot of money for.
Cool.
Yeah, it's only 3 years old, 4 years old now.
No. What?
They sold me the best warranty they had. And got robbed.
Wow.
Yeah. And I followed their maintenance program to the T, and they wouldn't honor their warranty. 1 month after the warranty ran out, they wouldn't honor it.
Wow.
And I never brought up.
What are you gonna do about that? You're down 1 car.
Well, I had an extra car. Thank God I kept it.
Yeah.
And then my wife's driving it, and I had my truck that I used. I only used it to pull the trailers and stuff. I didn't use it that often.
Right.
I was getting ready to sell it. Thank God I didn't sell it.
Yeah. Not for sale now. That's your whatever. Put back into service.
Yeah.
Well,
so we're trying to sell the new one.
Is that all, Randy? If not, we're gonna
that was
thank
it. That was it. That was it.
for spending a lot of time with us here. It's for 3
Yeah.
and a half hours.
Hey, thanks, Leon, for all you did.
Yeah, you're awesome. I think as everyone, you do so much for all the synopsis and all,
Yeah, I enjoy listening to all you.
Just keeping Christian on point, helping him whenever you can, when you guys hang out there, it's
I enjoy listening to all your videos. I like listening to your videos as much as Christian's.
Oh,
So.
thank you. Nice one, bro.
Yeah. And I don't know
Nice.
if Kirsten is here to say anything, to say goodbye, or because she has to close it down here. And where is she?
Hopefully our headache went away. I get those migraines too. I know how bad they get.
I'll send her a
Cameron,
message.
we'll speak tomorrow. We'll speak tomorrow, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Hopefully y'all get to go see those lights, dude. That'd be cool.
Do what? Sorry.
Hopefully y'all get to see those lights. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Fucking hell. Yeah, go and see the simulation code.
Yeah, Donald Trump just sent me a text. Randy, I've been waiting.
Actually, let's give Leon a whole bunch of heart emojis. If we can get to react, let's flood the screen here. Oh, there she is. All right, a whole bunch of hearts here, people. Hit your react there.
Where'd you get this heart from?
Light up the screen here.
How do you do that?
There we go. You hit react.
It says react on the bottom.
There we go. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Look at that flood. Look at that.
React. And then
Nice.
this heart goes up when you touch the heart.
No, I don't have a react button.
No? It says on the bottom of your Zoom? No?
If you tap, no.
I know you're on the phone though, right, Leon?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, are you ending?
Yeah, we're wrapping it up here.
See you, Randy.
Nice one, guys. Big love, people. Love you all, big time.
Yeah, big love.
Thank you guys for joining, Leon, and thank you, Leon, for being here. That was awesome.
No worries.
Awesome.
Pleasure. Thanks a lot.
All right.
All right, love you
all, yeah.
guys.
See you soon, guys.